What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sakira, aka your favorite cosmic fairy, but if you're not new, you already knew that, period. Welcome to today's pick a card, you guys. This is the full moon in Capricorn pick a card, but what makes this a little bit special, just a little bit, is the fact that we had two full moons in Capricorn in the same month this year. So this month has been a bit of a doozy, you guys. Let's get into the tea. Of course, I'm going to give it to you piping hot. Let's see, what this full moon in Capricorn, the second full moon in Capricorn, is coming into our lives, or at this point when I'm filming, it was yesterday, so has come into our lives to do. And if you happen to see this, a couple days, couple weeks after, it's fine, you guys, because all you're going to be doing is, clarifying maybe some of the things that you've been able to let go of, some of the things that have been highlighted for you. It's a whole bunch of clarity happening. I do feel like these full moons were very much tied to like a season of letting go, and a season of getting really, really clear on what you don't align with, what doesn't feel right for you anymore, what doesn't feel natural in your soul anymore, what you just don't really vibe with anymore. And so if you feel like you've been called to kind of like maybe back away from some things, back away from some people, back away from some environments and situations, and to just kind of let yourself naturally be guided towards your best and highest good, this just might be the pick a card for you. Sidebar. So as you guys can see, I'm in a different environment, period. No, I'm back home, you guys. When you see me in the other environment, I'm filming at the studio, but I am home today. I didn't go to the studio this week, and I was saying to myself, like, I still want to film. Like, I just want to get this message out. So here it goes, you guys. We're getting into some things. So I'm going to give you guys the close-up, and of course you will have some chance to get acquainted with your piles. I did not pre-select anything, you guys. I'm going to be pulling in real time for this video. So without further ado, to the table view. All right, you guys, welcome to the group selection, your pile selection. And can I just say, I'm so happy, you guys. This channel has finally made it to 630 subscribers, which is the most that I've ever had on this channel before. So I do want to say, like, thank you guys, because I couldn't obviously have done that without you. So thank you, woo, 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 to everybody who decided to join the family. Continue to, watch the content, like, share, subscribe as you feel called to, and all of the good things. So now that we're into it, you guys, we have our 3 different decks with our 3 crystals. Now, you guys, I'm not going to go into the deck names, but I will go into the different crystals. So group 1, you guys have this beautiful blue gold stone, and this is, I call this the cosmic crystal. If you look, I don't know if you guys are really able to see, but it has like these speckled, really pretty, like sparkly kind of hues in them. And then you have for group 2 the angel aura quartz. We love an angelic quartz, like like, come on, somebody, do you see that iridescence in the pink, the little shades of what's that, purple and blue, all the things. And then lastly, you guys, we have the green jade stone, the healing stone, which is super beautiful if you are into, healing, if green is your color, if you just like jade, if you like abundance, right? Because green, to me, green crystals also bring in money. If you like that, then do your thing, you guys. But this is your group selection, your pile selection. Look them over, take a gander, do what you feel called to do, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with group number 1, but 2 and 3, I will see you at your designated timestamps, because of course everything is timestamped in the description for you below. If you want to pause this video at this time to spend more time with the decks and see if one or more of them call or speak out to you, definitely feel free to do that. But group number 1, let's get to the fun stuff. All right, group number 1, pile number 1, welcome to your full moon Capricorn reading. If you chose this blue goldstone crystal, then this is your reading. Also, if you guys chose deck number 1, because this could have been your deciding factor as well, then this is your reading. So let's get into it. What messages need to come through for group 1, pile 1, for this full moon of Capricorn? You guys, we're going to be seeing what it is that you need to know, what the universe has really been. Let me phrase it this way. What big one was the universe really looking to do with this full moon in Capricorn in your life, group number 1, right? Because the universe does this big one in different ways for different people, right? For some of you, the big one is like shaking things up so you can release some things, drop that weight, right? For others of you, the big one is showing you where you've been limiting yourself so that you can move past that and, excel beyond your wildest dreams. But let's see what the big one is for you guys. How is the universe really, holding things down for you and making sure that you have everything you need, whether you want it or not, right? And when I say want it or not, I mean like the experience of how it comes up for you. Because a lot of times, you guys, when full moons are happening, and you guys know we had 2 this month in the same sign, when full moons are happening, it's almost like a day of reckoning, you know? And this full moon with Capricorn energy, that's like naturally tied to Saturn. So many lessons. We have the Emperor helping you get your power back, helping you figure out who the F you are. I feel like group number 1, I'm talking to a bunch of people, and let me say this, the numerology of 1 is very like leadership, empowerment, you know, controlling the narrative, but not in a way where like you're trying to go against the universe, but you're controlling the narrative in the sense of you're empowered enough to call the shots in your own life. I feel like some of you guys have been giving away your autonomy, giving away your power, giving away your freedoms, and this may not be completely, but I think in some ways you guys have been limiting yourselves, and the universe is like, no, it's time for you to remember who the F you are. I feel like that's what this is, group number 1. Let's get 4 more cards. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because some of you guys have been really, really disconnected from the knowledge or the downloads or the intuitive messages that Spirit wants to give to you. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse, I mean, not in reverse, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking at the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords is right side up. It's giving me, with this Emperor vibe, like, let's address the reasons mentally why you've been feeling disempowered. So some of you guys have been faced with like triggers. You've been faced with like real life instances recently that has allowed your deepest limiting beliefs to kind of be brought to the surface. And it may not have been in the most obvious ways, but if you were paying attention to what the universe was trying to show you, you would have understood that this is just symbolic of something deeper. Let me go deep and explore what that is so I can uproot it, get rid of it, right? We have the Page of Pentacles. I keep wanting to say in reverse. Like, I don't know why. You guys only have 1 reversal out so far. And then we have the 7 of Swords. This is really, really interesting. I feel like Queen of Swords overall. Yeah, there's this energy of needing to really like pay attention, to receive information, to take things in, to be very like logical, and to be very, what's the word? Like detail oriented. There's a word for that. But I feel like for you guys, group number 1, this full moon in Capricorn really came to help you establish your inner power, to really kind of help you get your grounding back within yourself. I feel like the Emperor with the Queen of Swords, it's like that balance between the masculine and the feminine, but it's a very powerful dynamic. The Queen of Swords is somebody who really is, you know, she's on top of her game. She's not really worried about anybody but herself. You can't like take advantage of this one. She's too smart, right? Whether you're a man or woman watching. So I feel like group number 1, and like take this as it resonates. If this is not your story, because it's getting real specific, I feel it already. If this is not your story, move on to a different group or to a different reading or a different channel. Follow your heart, choose your own adventure, right? But with this, you guys, it's really giving vibes of you've been letting people take advantage. You've been letting people do things, get away with things, maybe even speak to you in ways or treat you in a certain way. And it's like the universe is looking for you to grab your power back. Not in a sense where you're being egotistical about it, right? Because there is a way to respond to what comes at you in the physical. Now, the ego way to respond to, let's say, somebody treating you badly or speaking to you poorly would be to clap back, to get your lick back, to get revenge, to get even, however it goes, right? The more spiritual, more high vibrational way would be to sit with self and to say to self, okay, what is it within me? I think I said that right. That is attracting the situation into my life at this time. What is it that I need to pay attention to? What are the thoughts that I'm thinking? What beliefs do I have about myself and about maybe even these other people that would allow me to attract situations like that into my life? I feel like the universe has been asking you to go deep and to explore, and that's exactly what this full moon has kind of come to help you do, to help you really finally pay attention to what the universe has been trying to show you. But some of you guys, I'm not gonna lie, as the trigger came up, because let me say this, the trigger came through the universe, Ace of Swords, but it's in reverse. I feel like the trigger came up in a way that you didn't recognize as God. You saw it maybe through your ego. Oh, that person came to hurt me, or that person did this, to upset me, or life is lifing, and this can't be God or the universe working in my favor. This just has to be some bad things happening. I feel like that was more or less the mindset of the collective as life started to life, maybe right before this full moon in Capricorn, or again, as events started to unfold in your life as a result of this full moon in Capricorn. But again, the whole purpose of it was for you to go deep and to begin to explore on a mental level, like what it is that you need to understand about yourself. I feel like some of you guys need to look at the ways in which maybe you've been taught to self-sabotage. I feel like you've been influenced, you've learned. The Page of Pentacles in this instance is giving me somebody who went to school. And I don't mean school, I mean like life as being, school for you, life being your teacher. I feel like some of you guys, you went through the school of life, is what I'm trying to say. Being taught how to self-sabotage, maybe through people around you, how they handle certain situations, or, through watching other people just go through scenarios and seeing how they react versus responding to it. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're breaking generational patterns, or you're breaking lifelong patterns with this. This is the big one with this full moon in Capricorn energy, group number 1. It just feels like you're being taught a new way to be. You're being taught a new way to exist. And that does mean that you're going to have to confront the limitations that exist within you as well. Let's see what themes are playing out for the collective. I'm going to go with this one first. I was going to use that, what is it? Dark moon astrology, black moon astrology, black moon astrology. But we'll do that maybe next. We're going to get into some of the themes. We got new beginnings here, so new ways of being, doing, acting, thinking. We have love. So I feel like this is like not just love for self, but love in general. Maybe, how am I trying to say this? Being taught how to see the love in a situation, how to see God in a situation, because God is love, right? I feel like a lot of you guys, remember I was saying when the triggers come, you don't see it as God. You don't see it as the universe working in your favor. You see it as a problem. You see it as negative. You see it as something to avoid, or something to try to like evade or move past, or not really try to process maybe exactly what this is and what it means for you. But I feel like right now what the universe is trying to get you to do is connect deeper to that energy, that source of love, which is God in you, right? And again, not just love for self, but love for other people around you. Because if people are coming through and they are acting as the triggers, do understand anybody who has triggered you during this full moon, and life in general, but we're sticking to this full moon for now. Anybody who has triggered you, group number 1, throughout the entirety of this full moon process was literally God. Think of it as this way. God has the puppet strings, and God is controlling every single person in your reality. And so if God has a person come to you, I'm the puppet master, right? If God has a person come to you and they say something crazy, or they do something crazy, or whatever this is, right? And I'm not saying to tolerate negativity. I am saying that if you are attracting negativity, that is God sending it to you so you can see through the mirror of your reality what you need to reflect on within yourself, right? We have music. Oh, and we got lo-fi playing in the background. So for some of you guys, music has been a very, very, very good theme for you recently. Now, let me say this. This is super specific. And take it as it resonates. For some of you, music is a very big passion for you. For some of you, your best work, if you are like a musician, it comes to you when you are in the heat of lifing, of things happening, things feeling like they're going wrong, right? This could be a way for you to incorporate more things into your music if you are a musician. For others of you, maybe music is a way, or sound frequency is a way that you heal. It's a way to help bring maybe more love into your life. We have creativity here. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to some people who your creativity has been stifled, group number 1. And the universe is also trying to get you to take your power back by connecting to the things that you love. I know for me, you guys, like not so much anymore, but in the past, I used to write songs. We have patience. I used to write songs when, especially like when I was going through love situations. Oh, a love song, literally like music and love music, really like, I feel like some of you guys are musicians. I'm sorry. Some of you guys are poets. Some of you guys are creatives. But some of you guys, you just use music as a way to kind of like de-stress and decompress from the stresses of life. But with patience coming through, I feel like something else that this full moon in Capricorn came to show you or to teach you guys is that you need to have more patience with yourself. I'm also feeling like compassion is a theme too. Usually patience and compassion go hand in hand. If you're needing to be patient with something, you 9 times out of 10 want to be also compassionate about whatever it is too, because that just helps to add to the love of whatever the situation is. We have surrender here. Let's get one more card for group number 1. For some of you guys too, with music, we got 3 and 2. That's the number of, that equates to 5, which is the number of change in numerology, chaos, conflict. Some of you guys had to face the music. That's what that card is too. Like, I know it says music, but I'm kind of getting that vibe of like having to face the music, like having to realize something, having that aha moment and realizing, like, some of you guys too, facing the music could have just been like, I can't continue to be this way anymore. I can't continue to exist in this negativity anymore. I can't continue to dwell in this state anymore. Personal growth. Yo, yeah, group number 1. This full moon for you guys was really a lesson in personal growth. How can you be a different version of yourself? How can you unlearn the things that you were taught? As far as like, you know, negativity and self-sabotaging and, you know, reacting versus responding. How can you unlearn a lot of unhealthy habits and reinstill some new beautiful things which can contribute to your personal growth? Then I say compassion. I felt like patience and compassion goes hand in hand. You guys, I can't make this up. I just feel like the universe has been trying to teach you guys a couple different lessons. For a lot of you, compassion is like compassion for yourself. It's not like, oh, you know, let me be compassionate to people who are just out here doing me wrong. It's like, no, if I'm out here being done wrong, if things are happening, if life is happening, let me sit with myself, be patient with myself as I look to the heavens, as I look to God's source universe to explain to me or to enlighten me as to what it is that I need to work through. What blockages am I needing to release or move past in order to have more love in my life, in order to have more compassion. That compassion is, let me express that towards myself as well and give myself that TLC as I'm going through these learning curves, as I'm, you know, learning new lessons and growing and developing, right? I did say I was going to do this one next. Okay, you guys, so let's see, because I want to kind of get through a couple different decks today for groups 1, 2, and 3. But for group 1, what are the themes playing out with this full moon in Capricorn? What do you guys need to be aware of? For group 1, what are the themes playing out with this full moon in Capricorn? What does group 1 need to be aware of? Part of fortune increase. So the universe only wants to add to whatever you have going on in your life, right? Like, the universe is not trying to make your life miserable. God is not trying to punish you. God is trying to show you the ways in which you've been punishing yourself. Sagittarius, I see. Do you now see the ways in which you've been self-sabotaging, group number 1? Like, I do feel like the universe, let me see what this is. South Node, life's debts. Yeah, what have you been taught that you need to unlearn? This is so interesting. I feel like the universe is trying to see how you've been contributing to your own karma. I almost want to take this card, but I'm going to pull whatever comes out. Let's get one more. We got Chiron, healing, and 5th house, creativity. I was going to just take one, but creativity came back out again. Some of you guys are into the arts, whether you make music, whether you do poetry, spoken word, whether you are a fashion designer, whether you are a channeler, a tarot reader, a coach, whether you are an entrepreneur, whatever your thing is. I do feel like the universe is trying to get you to see that you need to heal in order for maybe your creativity to come back. Some of you guys feel like you have lost, you know, connection to your creativity. Some of you guys feel like maybe your creativity has been stifled by life, and you feel like maybe you can't not just create in the form of arts, but maybe you can't create in the form of manifestation. I feel like some of you guys have been maybe even trying to manifest certain things, and maybe that hasn't been working, group number 1, because healing is the name of the game at this time. I feel like the universe has been trying to get you to see exactly, well, it goes this way, trying to get you to see exactly what needs to be healed. And if you look, the Sagittarius arrow is pointing right in the direction of healing. I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied. We haven't tongue-tied. We haven't even entered Mercury retrograde shadow period yet. But this is the pre-shadow, so maybe that's why. Bear with me, you guys. We're doing some different things, but I do feel like the name of the game is healing. Some of you guys are healing from past traumas, past negativities, past insecurities. Group number one, things that have just told you you can't be, do, have it all, right? And paying attention to what comes up for you with this full moon. Paying attention to the people that are around you, how they're acting, the experiences that happen, the events that happen, you know, the situations that come up for you during this full moon or around the time of this full moon. What does that mean? What has the universe been trying to get you to see within yourself? That's what I feel like you need to be asking at this time. We have second house owning. So some of you guys have been feeling blocked when it comes to your physical manifestations, maybe your material wealth, and just material items that you maybe been looking to manifest. You guys, I'm feeling like I really want to move on to this, what is this called? Dark mirror. I think it's called dark mirror, black mirror. I'm looking at the box. It's called the dark mirror, this deck right here, because I feel like the shadow has really come to rear its ugly head. Now the shadow, you guys, your shadow is your ego, but it's really just the storehouse of all of the negativity, whether it's negativity you feel towards yourself, negativity you feel towards other people, the things that you would be too ashamed to admit, right? Like if you ever get jealous, if you ever get envious, if you ever feel insecure, if you ever feel not good enough, if you lack self-worth, if you just become like a very hateful, vengeful person, like all of that is a part of your shadow. And I feel like the full moon has come to show you a part of your shadow that has been blocking you from the best that life has to offer, if I'm honest, group number one. So let's see what's going on for group one, the collective. What needs to be heard, said, and honored? Thank you. We got two. We're going to take them. So group one, what does your shadow look like with this Capricorn? Peaceful among thorns. I like this card a lot, and I'm going to tell you why. Peaceful among thorns, to me, it really means like maintaining your peace when life is going to shit. It's like, yeah, life is lifing, but I'm gonna hold it down. It's very Capricorn, actually. Some of you guys could have that in your chart or have Earth in your chart, because it is a very like grounded energy to have. It's like, yeah, life is lifing, but I'm gonna hold it down. I'm good. And I feel like a lot of you guys too, life started to life, and instead of you trying to look to see like, okay, what does this mean about me? What does this mean for my inner world as to why I'm attracting this scenario or this situation? Some of you guys tried to hold it down, like, and kind of just be like tough about it. Like, I wanted to say be thugs about it, but like be tough about it. Like, oh, you know, I'm good. Like life is life, but I've been through worse, or there are people going through worse things than this. This is nothing. Almost like discrediting your pain. Yeah. And then we have fragmentation. Yeah, there's a brokenness that's coming through. For some of you guys, you've been broken or feeling broken for a long time. The fragmentation could also just be separation from source. Remember, I was telling you guys with this, where's the card? The love energy. This is God's energy. And God is always trying to get us to become more loving, to get us to integrate more love into our being, just by maybe even like certain awakenings that we have. And a lot of times, you know, the love that God wants us to embody, it's not always going to come through, you know, peaches and fairies, right? Like, it's not, life is not always going to be pretty when God is trying to teach us how to love. A lot of times God is going to teach us how to love when things are actually a little bit more toxic, when things are a little bit more negative, when we got a helicopter flying outside. You guys, listen, I live in New York. You guys know the drill. You've been here on this channel long enough. You know where I live. But yeah, so sometimes, you know, the biggest lessons of love come when we really want to hate. The biggest lessons of love come when we really want to run, or we really want to resent. When we really want to, you know, just not honor what's coming up for us. But I do feel like that's what this is. It's like some of you guys have been fragmented. You've been separated from God's energy in the sense of not connected to the love within you. And then that's manifesting as maybe not being connected to your creativity. Some of you guys, you've been in a funk. You've been feeling like you just don't want to do anything. I'm really channeling here for somebody. I don't know what this is, but some of you guys, you've been feeling like you don't have the energy to just do the things that light you up anymore. And it's because you haven't been trying to acknowledge that right now life is doing a lot and you're not okay. And it's okay to not be okay, because when you can admit to yourself that you're not okay, that means you can go deeper to find out why and do the work to become okay. And the work just looks like saying, when something comes up, I can handle this. Make that a mantra. When you feel that trigger, I can handle this. And then ask God to show you, make it clear, reveal to you what it is that this example of life is trying to teach you about yourself. So for instance, for example, if you are in a scenario with a person and they say something to you like, you ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing. Not that this is the truth, group number one. You're amazing and you're gonna be everything you want to be, right? But let's say a person came and they said that to you. You first feel the sting of the painful words. And I can feel it in my heart space. So maybe somebody received some harsh words recently. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. Somebody was spoken to in a way recently that really hit. It hit hard. You got some cruel and unusual treatment, I feel, from Big Daddy Universe, and it hit a little hard. But of course, it came with love, right? Because the intention, again, let's say in this example, that person saying that to you is for you to say to yourself now, like, okay, I feel the burn of what that person just said. I can handle this, right? You breathe, relax yourself, and say, universe, source, spirit, God, what is the deepest lesson that I need to receive at this time when it comes to what I just experienced? What is this here to show me? What is this here to teach me? Don't make it about the person. Don't make it about the words. Make it about the lesson. It's always the lesson, you guys. Listen, let me tell you this. Some people fear, and I used to be this person, that if you don't make it about the person, if you don't make it about the person's actions or their words or what they did, then whatever happened will continue to happen because you're not addressing the root of the issue, which is the person and what they did. But if you really want to take it a step further, you guys, the root of the issue is never your... We got helicopters. Group one, we got distractions in your life. I don't know what this is. You guys got distractions, but as I was saying, the root of the issue is never the surface level. It's never the external. It's always the internal, because as within, so without. You attract what you are. You attract what you think. You attract and create what you believe. So what are you thinking about yourself in order for somebody to say you ain't nothing? Do you think you're not nothing, right? That's a double negative, but you know what I'm trying to say. Do you think you ain't nothing, right? Do you think highly of yourself, or do you think negatively and poorly of yourself, group number one? I feel like life is just trying to show you where you're at with yourself, and where you're at with yourself, you're always going to get reflections of that with other people around you. When you begin to change that dynamic of where you are with yourself, where you stand with yourself, you'll see it change with other people as well. The overall energy for your shadow, group number one, is masquerade. Yeah, some of you guys been walking around masquerading around like you're all good, like nothing doesn't bother you, like you have it all together, like life is, you know, fairies and daisies, but it hasn't been. Some of you guys were not acknowledging the fact that you felt broken, you felt disconnected. This full moon in Capricorn, from what I understand astrologically, is really supposed to be showing us like where we no longer resonate with certain things, and you know, hopefully gear us into making changes, right? And I think that's why a lot of these experiences for a lot of the collective around this full moon has been so intense and so negative, because it's meant to show you where you no longer feel like you want to tolerate certain things. But again, going back to what I said earlier, it's never about the external. It's never about the surface. You're not tolerating anything outside. That's just a byproduct. It's almost like you're standing in front of a mirror. You see your reflection. You don't like what your reflection is doing. Let's say your reflection is frowning, right? And so you're like, I'm not going to tolerate you frowning. But literally, you're only pointing at yourself. Do you get the illusion that I'm trying to dismantle for you guys, right? Like, we look at this life, we look at this reality, and we say, well, it's that person, it's them, it's them, it's them. We point the finger, not realizing that we're all God in human form, so it's really us. What's being reflected back to you is always a byproduct of what you already have inside of you, group number one, right? Again with the tongue twisters. But I just feel like this has been a really, really big lesson for you guys to finally become aware of, for you guys to finally see. I feel like God has to open your eyes, or had to open your eyes for you to see what it is that you needed to release. Let's see what you're surrendering to. We have surrender low self-esteem right here. I'm going to actually take this one. I got goosebumps again. I'm going to take this one because some of you guys, that's what this was. And remember, the example I gave was like, you ain't nothing, you ain't never want to be nothing. I feel like some of you guys, low self-esteem has been plaguing you. You haven't been thinking a lot of yourself. Remember, I started off in the beginning saying like that emperor energy is like you're taking back your power, where maybe you were letting people take advantage of you, or you were letting people get away with certain things. It's not about the people. It's about the fact that you felt worthy enough to have people, or let me say not worthy enough. You didn't feel worthy enough to attract better for yourself. It's like you were putting up with it, thinking you were tolerating the external when you were really tolerating something internally. You were tolerating a belief that this is all I can do, this is all I can show up for, this is all I can attract into my life, this is as good as it gets. Some of you guys, that's where you were at, right? So let's see what else you need to surrender. One more shuffle for group number 1. I really hope this helps you guys. Like, I know for me, this freaking full moon in Capricorn, surrender to setting limits. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Can I make this up? We're going to get one more card. Somebody was talking to y'all crazy, group number 1. I already know it. I already know it. And right now you're learning how to love. It's not just love for people when they're being mean to you. It's really love for yourself so that you don't attract people being mean to you anymore. For some of you guys, I'm going to put this one back, but surrender the idea you can fix someone. Some of you guys, no, actually, I'm going to take that. Some of you guys, again, your whole dynamic was really focused on the external. That person said this, that person did that, that person said this, that person did that. And it's like you're focusing on them, thinking that maybe if you give them the cold shoulder, if you ice them out, or if you have a talk with them, or if you do certain things, you can change that person, or you can change or fix their behavior. Yeah, group 1, we have surrender to effortlessness, because your life is meant to be easy, group 1. Your life is meant to be least effort. It's meant to be effortless. Effortless. So let's read it. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys, group number 1, you know, maybe you were trying to force life to be what you wanted it to be. I'm just going to drink some water as I explain to you guys. Maybe you were trying to get life to be what you wanted it to be, right? Maybe you were trying to, you know, have life show up for you by trying to control the external. I get like the focus for you guys has to shift from the external to the internal. And for a lot of you guys, that's what this full moon in Capricorn came to do. Ooh, I'm making a mess. And I don't want to wet the cards, you guys. I'm already wetting the cards, you guys. It's all good. That's refreshing. But as I was saying, some of you guys, you know, that is really the biggest lesson, to shift your perspective from focusing so much on the external and making this reality so real for you, and choosing now instead to look at it for what it really is, and realizing like this is just the mirror to show me the truth of my actual reality, which is my inner world. And a lot of you guys, like, this is where it starts. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So the universe came with this full moon of Capricorn to shake some things up with some triggers to show you where you've been disempowered, where you've had low self-esteem, where you've struggled with low self-worth. Allowing a person to talk to you a certain type of way that's negative, it's a lot less to do with that person and a lot more to do with the fact that you feel like that's okay for you. Where were you taught that that was okay? Remember I was saying, like, going back to unlearn what you've been taught through the school of life. For some of you, some of those teachers in that school were your parents. Some of the teachers in that school were, like, you know, TV and media circumstances growing up, watching movies and seeing like what popular culture deems as tolerable, what popular culture deems as okay and acceptable. Some of you guys were taught that certain things were okay that really represented low self-esteem in other people. And you took it as, well, if this is how they handled it, maybe I need to handle it the same way. And now you're attracting things that show you that you need to start setting limits. So let's read this. It says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. N-O, period. I felt compelled to say that because I feel like some of you guys, Group 1, it's like you maybe struggle with setting boundaries. Some of you guys struggle with people pleasing. Some of you guys struggle with letting people take advantage. I could feel it. It's like that disempowered energy where the universe is like, this full moon of Capricorn is coming to show you again what you no longer tolerate, what's no longer acceptable for you. So that being the case, surrendering to setting limits is a really, really beautiful way. Now, the limits in your external represent a byproduct of what's going on in your internal. When you no longer feel like it's okay to be disrespected, you will set a boundary in place with the physical person that says, you can't treat me this way, you can't speak to me this way. Now, some people will try to do the outer work without doing the inner first. You can't do it that way, it won't stick, right? Group 1, let's go back to that example. Somebody says, you ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing. The proper way to address this, the chain of command, right, is to sit with self, to ask yourself, do you really truly believe that you're not going to be anything, that you're not worth anything, that you will never amount to anything? If that is the truth, it is okay. Maybe you were taught that. Maybe people around you influenced you to believe that this is the bar and it doesn't get higher than this. It can't go here because this is just what you've seen people do, right? Whatever it is. But now that you've acknowledged it, that means your shadow can no longer operate in the dark. That means that your shadow now is open and available to the present moment. There's a spotlight being shown on it, so it can't operate in secrecy anymore. The pattern has been, it's almost, what's the saying? The jig is up, group number one. The pattern has been, like, the light has been shown on the pattern. It can't operate in the dark anymore. So now that you've become aware, like, oh, well, you know, I do have a pattern of thought, or I do have a really, really deep buried in my subconscious belief that tells me that, you know, I don't feel like I can accomplish much. I don't feel like I can, you know, become more than what I am. I'm trying, or maybe I've been putting in work, or maybe I haven't because I just feel that disempowered or that disenfranchised. But when you acknowledge that that person triggered you because there's truth to what they said according to your beliefs, now you can change the belief. And when you change the belief, it'll be that much easier to go back to that person and say, hey, you can't talk to me that way. If you want to be negative, you're going to have to take that over there. Not in my energy, not in my auric field. Period, right? So lastly, surrender the idea you can fix someone says it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So you worry about your group number one. If that other person is coming to you with a whole bunch of negativity, that means that they also are fragmented. They also are separated from God. They also, listen, the fact that we're in human bodies means that we are separated from God. Let's just start there, right? And the whole purpose of life is to teach us how to become one with the energy of God again, which is love, right? When you think about another person thinking that you can fix them, you're taking accountability for their journey, for their work, for their inner work. When you haven't even done the inner work on yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't be attracting people who feel like it's okay to take advantage of you. Again, because you believe that that's okay. You believe that that's tolerable, it's acceptable, right? The idea you can fix someone comes from this needing to control, because the only way you ever feel okay is when you have control, whether it's control over your situation, control over people, control over yourself, control over your money, whatever it is. When you have control, you feel safe. Needing control means that you don't trust God, which probably means that you don't have the closest connection to God, because you haven't maybe been meditating. You haven't maybe been even, you know, regulating your nervous system. Let me tell you something. It is a physiological and scientific fact that when your nervous system is calm, your intuition and connection to source is a lot more active. Some of you guys have to make time to sit with the energy of God in your energy, if that makes sense. Like, sit with the energy of spirit, of source, of the universe in your auric field. You guys, I fake want to close the window because these kids are outside yelling. I might leave it for a little bit, but I'm closing the window. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys, look, I had to take care of that noise, but I want to see now, what deck do I want to use for you guys next? I'll use this Moonology deck. Expect powerful change. Yeah, this change definitely is a powerful one for you guys. I feel like group one, the change is within. I mean, I feel like for all the groups, it's going to be a change within, but this is a take your power back moment. This is a realize your worth and love yourself moment. This is a you deserve compassion and TLC kind of moment for you guys. Okay, so we have a time for healing as your first card. We're going to take it. For you guys, you have been in this broken, fragmented place within yourself. Brokenness looks like not being connected to the whole that you are. The wholeness within you sees perfection. It sees that you are good enough. It sees that you are worthy. It sees that you are lovable. It sees the perfection in you. And if you don't see that, that means that you are fragmented because you're not aligned with that energy. Again, that's God's energy, high frequency, high vibrations, right? Time for healing, it just really talks or speaks to the fact that you have some inner healing to do. I feel like a lot of you guys in group one, what you're healing from is the past. You're healing from programming. You're healing from past patterning and past habits. You're healing from, I don't even know, it just feels like old traumas that have come up as a result of you not loving yourself. I feel like group one, you guys have been traumatized. Not that you're victims, but you've been traumatized due to a lack of self-love. That's what the universe is getting ready to undo for you. should you allow it, because the universe is not forceful. It will shake things up, but you don't have to say yes to the lesson. You don't have to say yes to what it is that the universe is asking you to learn, right? Then you have a win-win outcome is forecast with it's time to take action. So some of you guys, all you have to do is just take some action to really correct. Again, it's almost like take this step that you need to take to start unlearning. Some of you guys have to begin reprogramming your subconscious mind, right? And these are my 3 key ways to do it. Affirmations with EFT tapping, because as you are tapping on the meridian points to destimulate the nervous system, you are also speaking affirmations to program it into the subconscious mind as you are calming your system down. That's one, right? The second way is visualization. And I like to do this. These last 2, you're going to do right when you wake up, when you first open your eyes, and right before sleep, right before you close your eyes, right? Or right when you're closing your eyes and you're drifting off. So the first one, visualization, which is number 2, you're going to do it. So let's say you're going to bed or you're just waking up. You visualize your life the way you want it to be, how you want to feel, right? Like if you see yourself having $1 million, you're just not a person with $1 million. You're a person with $1 million and you feel really good about yourself. Maybe use that money you invested in yourself. You look good, you smell good, you're confident. I feel like you guys have to visualize your life, what your life would look like if you were more confident, right? And you do that when you are drifting off to sleep, when you first open your eyes. Spend like 5 minutes doing it, you guys, right? The last thing that you're going to do at the same exact times, right? And choose one or the other. If you're going to go to bed visualizing, wake up visualizing. If you're going to go to bed doing this last one, wake up and do the last one. The last one is called, well, I don't know if there's a name, but you're basically just going to say like, you can call it a prayer, you can call it an affirmation, you can call it an incantation, whatever you want to describe it as. It's like a little reminder to self of what you're trying to invoke, right? So maybe something like, you know, I am one with the infinite powers of my subconscious mind. I am one with the infinite powers of source, of God, of the universe. And I know that the universe's perfection moves through me in every now moment. I am now aligning myself and I am now making myself available to realize the perfection that I am, to realize that I am God having a human experience. And I do this with love to all, with good to all and harm to none. I do this and I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. You can keep it really, really short, you guys, but make it impactful. Use words that mean something to you and repeat this over and over for about 5 minutes as you're drifting off to sleep. And when you wake up and you first open your eyes, repeat it in your mind over and over for about 5 minutes as you first wake up, because your subconscious mind is like reaching. It's still active during those times, right? I feel like, going back to what I said earlier, that first step is to reprogram your subconscious mind. A lot of you guys in group 1, you have to unlearn some things. I'm picking up like patterning from family situations, especially with the, where did I see it? I don't remember what card it was, you guys, but I just feel like family, it could have been a father figure. Ooh, for some of you guys, a father figure with this emperor is the reason why you feel like certain treatment is okay, because maybe you watch certain people in your family, masculine figures, treat certain female figures, you know, in your life a certain way. I just feel like there's a distorted masculine figure that kind of played an example for what you feel like is okay for you to receive and tolerate. And that's changing. But let's see. We are going to get a crystal for you guys. Then we're going to pull some affirmations and some actually we'll do self-help cards and then affirmations to close out. So let's see. Can we get one crystal for group 1, please? One crystal for group 1. Period. Can we get one crystal for group 1, please? And thanks. One more shuffle. One crystal for group 1. Can we get one crystal for group number 1? We got it. We have Lemurian quartz. Let's read about it. So this is what it looks like, my loves. And this is how it goes. So it says what it is. Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout to Lemuria, a fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts, holy shit. Where to put it? Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. When to use it? Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. Escape your mind with Lemurian quartz. I hope I'm saying that right, you guys. This is spelled Lemurian quartz, Qurtz. And so if you're interested in working with this crystal, I do feel like this would be really, really good, because this is something that's really helping you guys. Like it says, anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. I feel like your thoughts have been telling you that you're not worthy, or your thoughts have been telling you that you're disenfranchised, you're disempowered, that you ain't it, right? You're not the it girl. You're not the it boy. Like, I feel like that's what your thoughts have been telling you. Like, there are better people out there than you. Maybe other people have been telling you, oh, I can do better. I can get better. I can find better. Like, listen, you guys, I feel like you guys have been dealing with, like, I don't want to say verbal abuse, but I feel like for some of you guys, take it as it resonates. Maybe for some of you, it's not abuse. It's not that intense. But for others of you guys, I feel like you've been just dealing with, you know, words and criticisms and really, really painful experiences verbally through other people. And maybe it was one experience recently around this full moon in Capricorn, but whatever it was, you guys, it definitely came to shake up a pattern. And I want to say specifically a pattern of thought that you have, a pattern of belief that you have, a pattern that you agree with as acceptable. I feel like some of you guys were raised by parents or raised in circumstances where it just was acceptable for certain things to go on. And because you were exposed to that at such a young age, it just feels like it's your norm. All is well in my body and mind is your first affirmation, period. So some of you guys too, like your body could be physically reacting to the fact that there's trauma wanting to leave your physical vessel, right? Because I do feel like too, the universe with this time for healing and this full moon energy is trying to get you to release physical trauma that may have been stored in the body. Can we get one more affirmation for group number 1? We got 2. You know what? I'm going to take them. We have, I love what my body is capable of doing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Some of you guys too, like maybe, and this is very, very specific. I'm getting more goosebumps, so I might be talking to someone, but some of you guys may have been trying to conceive a child, and maybe your body has not been allowing you to get the flow right. And maybe you've been subject to people around you criticizing you for your body not doing what you want it to do. Take it as it resonates. This is a very specific message. It doesn't have to apply to everybody who's watching group 1, but I do feel like I'm talking to at least somebody who went through that. And I feel like, first of all, your body is beautiful. You can convince your mind, then you can convince the body. The body responds to the mind. The mind doesn't respond to the body unless you program it that way, which a lot of us, you know, we're used to knee-jerk reactions where our body is so programmed with trauma and all of these heaviness, these heavy energies, that we kind of just allow it to just dictate what our mind is supposed to do. We have to now become the masters of our minds, and that then means the master of our physical realms, including our physical bodies, right? And I'm sending a lot of love to you guys, because I do feel like group number 1, you guys were going through it with this full moon energy, and I get it, but personal growth is the name of the game. Be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, and be patient with other people, and compassionate with other people, and be patient with the universe, because the universe is just trying to love on you. And it might not feel like love because you have blockages known as programs and subconscious beliefs that are kind of resisting and fighting against God's love. Keep that in mind. I am stronger than I may realize. Another mantra. I can handle this. I'm stronger than I realize. I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. I am strong. I can handle this. Right? I'm telling you guys, I just watched this video with Michael Singer and Tony Robbins and his wife, Tony Robbins' wife. And Michael Singer, I love the way his brain works, but he was like, his favorite mantra that he feels is so powerful is, I can handle this. And when I started to say that, you guys, I was like, oh my God, I can handle this. Like, it was this aha moment, something so simple, but when you really tell yourself you can handle it, your body starts to, you know, kind of catch up to speed. Like, oh, we got energy. I can handle this. Not me shaking them. Oh, we got energy. I can handle this, group number 1. Don't mind me, you guys. It's been a little while since I filmed from home, but I'm excited. So lastly, to, you know, close out, you guys, and actually before we close out, I want to say We have bring love into the situation as the overall energy from Moonology, which I didn't look at earlier. But I do feel like, remember I told you guys, the universe is just trying to get you to reunite and reacclimate yourself with God's frequency, which is love. Bring love into the situation. Bring love into your inner world, and then love will be reflected into your outer world. Do you love yourself, group number 1? You might want to say yes, but really be serious. Like, do you love yourself? Because loving yourself doesn't look like tolerating abuse and negativity. That looks like being convinced that something is okay and it's not. And it's really a byproduct of you not feeling okay on the inside. And so you manifest other reasons to not feel okay, right? But let's see. We're going to close out with how you can love on yourself, how you can care for yourself as we are moving through the thick of these energies. So connecting with group 1, pile 1, last messages. How can group 1, pile 1 love on themselves, care for themselves with this Capricorn full moon energy? We have write a gratitude list. And I like this. I feel like I always say to myself, when I find myself spiraling, if I could remind myself, right? I always say, okay, Sakira, name 10 things right now that you're grateful for. And I don't mean like mediocre things that really don't excite me. I mean like things that I can name right now that I'm grateful for. And going down the list of really trying to think and find things that I appreciate and that I love and that I'm really, really grateful to have in my life, it takes my attention off what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, or what just happened. Now, depending on how traumatic these triggers are for you, that may or may not help fully, but it will obviously steer the boat a little bit in a better direction. Because imagine going downhill because you're spiraling, but then at least like writing a gratitude list is kind of like pumping the brakes a little bit. So you're not like plummeting downhill. You're maybe like toggling downhill. You know what I mean? So even if you can't get back uphill with get back uphill with a gratitude list, you can at least maybe slow the momentum, right? Let's get 2 more. What else can group number 1 do during this full moon energy too? I'm just going to take this alone time, group 1. Some of you guys need to disconnect. And this I am getting to, you guys. A lot of times, especially if you've been around people that have been doing too much, it's not about you disconnecting from them because they're the problem. It's about you spending time with yourself so you can realize that you were the problem. And I'm not gaslighting you guys. What I'm saying is, universally, energetically speaking, we are actually our only problem ever in life, right? I feel like that didn't make sense. Let me rephrase it. The only problem we ever have in life comes from within. Bam! There we go. Universe, I'm getting tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. It's here again. Universe, give me grace and compassion. Okay. The only problem that we ever have is within ourselves. And I feel like that time alone, group number 1, is going to help you to figure that out, right? Get really clear on what that is. Then we have ground yourself. Yeah, some of you guys have been going through it. You've been going through the thick of it. And I feel like you've been trying to convince yourself that you're grounded when your body and your nervous system has been trying to tell you that you're not. Even look at this, right? Like this ground yourself. The roots that are going down remind me of like nervous system, like extensions, I'm going to say. Extensions of your nervous system as it kind of spreads out, right? From its central piece. But I do feel like some of you guys, your nervous system is a little wonky. Overall, take a walk. Some of you guys need to be out in nature. You need to move your physical vessel. You need to move your body, get some of that energy, that movement flowing. But group 1, like this is literally what I have for you guys. I really did want to go deep. I really did want to connect and really get as much messages or as many messages as I could for you guys. Because when I tell you, my full moon in Capricorn was a full moon in Capricorn. So I'm like, if I was going through it, maybe other people were too. Outside of like, you know, my friend circle and the people that I know in real life. Maybe some of you guys on the internet were too. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you guys are going over to any of the other groups, I will see you there. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, because we want this channel to grow, you guys. We are officially at 630 subscribers. I'm so grateful for each of you guys, but I want to see us at like 630K subscribers. What happened? Like, what's up? All right, you guys, listen, I'm going on to group number 2. I love you guys so much. Thank you for vibing. I do hope this helps. I'm setting the intention that you guys get what you need from this. And that's about it. All right, group number 2, if you chose this Angel Aura Quartz right here, then this is your reading. Well, let's get into your full moon and Capricorn messages, you guys. What is it that the universe is trying to get you to no longer tolerate, be done with, release? What is the universe going to be bringing into your life? What is the universe going to be removing from your life? Let's see what comes through for group number 2. Spirit, connecting with all of the viewers that are connecting, watching, and going deep into group number 2. What are their messages for this full moon in Capricorn? What needs to be heard, said, and honored for the full moon in Capricorn? For group number 2, Spirit, what needs to be heard, what needs to be said, what needs to be honored? What are the messages that want to make their way to the collective? What are the messages that need to be heard and honored by the collective? One more shuffle. For group 2, can we get 5 cards, please? What are the main energies that are playing out in the lives of group number 2? We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. I heard getting you to stand on business. The Sun, period. The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. For group 2, what did this full moon in Capricorn come to do? The 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We like that. With the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. If that comes back out, I'll take it. Can I get one more, please? For this full moon in Capricorn, for group 2, the viewers of group 2, what else did this full moon come to do? The Magician. Ah, we like it. I feel like some of you guys are... okay, so group 1 had it to where they were regaining, reclaiming their power. But you guys are letting go of what no longer serves you. I feel like it really ties into like material wise. I feel like you guys are meant to accomplish things, or you guys are meant to be doing things. And if there was anything holding you back from making money, from being that entrepreneur, from taking a certain next step, from standing on business in regards to you, like maybe maintaining your responsibilities and, you know, keeping to your obligations, I feel like the universe has been trying to show you a perspective change. There definitely was a perspective change. Yeah, we have the High Priestess in reverse as your overall energy. 4 major arcana: the Sun, the Magician, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Overall, group number 2, I am getting vibes that the universe has been trying to get you to follow your guided path. I feel like there is a way where you can have all of the things that you want. You can connect with, you know, this infinite manifestation master within you. But I do feel like it takes for you to listen to spirit. It feels like some of you guys maybe were trying to, it feels like the way you guys were trying to stand on business is what needs to change. Some of you guys were like, I'm going to do so that I can create, you know, a lot of happiness and positivity and abundance in my life. Some of you guys wanted to do and wanted to like physically take a lot of action to make those things happen. And the universe is trying to show you like, you don't have to do, just change your perspective so that you can release what no longer serves you, and you will automatically attract, you will automatically create. I feel like a lot of you guys were maybe trying to force things because you weren't in tune or in touch with your intuition. Almost like, I want to give an example, like if you were building a business, right? And let's say intuitively you're maybe led to go about the process in one way, but because you're not connected to your intuition, you're using common logic and maybe internet research and whatever you can get your hands on, like almost like being proactive, which is good, but excluding source, which can make your life a lot easier. I feel like the universe is trying to get your life to be a lot easier, group number 2, just by simply connecting and tuning in with your intuition. Because I feel like group number 2, you guys have a lot of good things going on, but some of you guys, what you're needing to let go of is pride when it comes to being right about how you have to get things done, being right about like, you know, my way or the highway. Some of you guys are like hell bent on like things have to play out this way or even this, right? Some of the things that you guys are even looking to do is not what the universe intends for you. Some of you guys are like, well, this is the way I'm going to get money. This is how I'm going to provide and earn a living and really make sure my family and all my loved ones are taken care of and everybody is safe. But I feel like the universe, the message that wants to make its way to you through your intuition, it could be guiding you to a whole different way of generating revenue, generating resource. Like some of you guys are leaning on your own physical abilities, and the universe is trying to get you to up it and take it a step further. Like, yeah, on your own you are capable, but guess how much more capable you would be if you connected with me, meaning God, source, the universe, your intuition, your higher self, your subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, right? So group 2, I do feel like getting things done is cool, but the universe is trying to show you how to get things done better. Least effort is what I'm hearing. Effortlessness, ease, flow, ecstasy, right? Let me see what's going on for group number 2, the viewers of group 2. What else can you guys look forward to as far as this energy of the full moon? What did the full moon come to do for group number 2? Can I get 4 cards, please? Spiritual career and healing. Some of you guys, you know, maybe you're like trying to make it work by working jobs, and the universe is trying to get you to open up to like this idea that you're meant to be making money a different way. Some of you guys, you know, you have spiritual powers where you're meant to be a healer, a mystic, a reader, some type of maybe abundance coach or something. Spirituality, yeah, some of you guys are meant to be like spiritual teachers also. Like group 2, you guys are not meant to be making money through like traditional means or traditional resources. Karmic completion, yeah, that was like a generational cycle for you, where maybe you saw your parents make money through a job, or maybe you saw your grandparents make money through a job. You see people around you making money through a job, but you're meant to break that cycle. You're meant to step it up. Group number 2, you're meant to, like, karmic completion to me is the completion of a karmic cycle. There's a lesson to be learned here. What did this full moon come to do? It came to teach you how to break certain chains within your lineage. Some of you guys, your triggers around this full moon could have been financial. I see a lot of pentacles. Well, out of all the cards here that are not major arcana, the other 2 are pentacles. So I feel like it could have been about money. Letting go of old ways of making money, letting go of old poverty paradigms, old, you know, limiting beliefs about money, things like that. Telling yourself maybe you have to work a job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to make ends meet, when the universe, or, you know, your intuition is trying to connect with you and show you how you can have more stability in your life. Can we get 4 cards for group 2, please? We got 3. We have love partnership with music, self-discipline. And I'll get 1 more. It's interesting because group 1 had a very deep reading, and group 1 got music as their second card, I want to say, as well. And love was their first card. You guys got love partnership with music. Some of you guys are being, because the music to me, now take this as it resonates. Some of you guys are meant to be making money through your creative endeavors, through your passions, which is music or anything that like is artsy, the arts, right? But I kind of made a joke, but it really resonates. I was saying like the music card to me felt like it's time to face the music, or the universe was getting you to face the music. Some of you guys, you had to face the music in a love partnership when it came to this energy of maybe your money. Some of you guys, you're influenced also by the people around you. Yeah, we have change coming through. Self-discipline and change. Some of you guys have to discipline yourself. I'm hearing discipline the mind. Self-discipline is not just, oh, if I said I'm going to go to work, I'm going to go to work. That's discipline. But self-discipline in this regard, it feels more like I told myself, you know, I want to create the life of my dreams. Let me discipline my mind so that it doesn't run all over the place and it doesn't distract me from manifesting what it is that I'm looking to manifest. Some of you guys are looking to manifest change, and the only way that's going to come is if you discipline your mind. I heard a coach one time say, her name is Olivia Grace. Amazing YouTube channel. Check her out if you haven't already. But Olivia Grace said one time, you are having trouble manifesting. Your manifestations are hot and cold. They keep showing up and going away, or like they're iffy because you haven't disciplined your mind. If your mind is only focused on what you want and it doesn't, you know, sway left or right, you won't have to worry about hot and cold manifestations. Some of you guys, your money is hot and cold. Look, follow your dreams. Holy, that's me looking at spirit, because what? Like group 2. Remember I was saying it's like you're not meant to be making money through like working regular jobs. Some of you guys may have been like looking for jobs, applying for jobs, or just working physical jobs that are very draining, very taxing. And they don't, I was going to say toxic. Maybe they are toxic. The environment's toxic. Your management is toxic, right? But they don't align with what your dreams are. Your dreams are connected directly to your intuition. Your intuition has been trying to tell you like you can make money through your dreams by pursuing your dreams. Some of you guys want to do music. Some of you guys are creatives, right? Whatever that looks like for you. But for some of you guys, this music thing is just facing the music that, you know, a love partnership may have been influencing you to not follow your dreams. Maybe you have unsupportive people around you. But I was saying to group 1 and group 2, you guys are going to get like a little essence of what group 1 got. I can't even speak because Mercury retrograde pre-shadow period is effing with me. But we're you see, you guys, we're working through it. I'm going to give you guys a little essence of what group 1 got, because it is different, but it's similar. Like the core of it is kind of similar. So what I feel like for you guys is you could have people around you that are not supportive, that are unsupportive, right? But as I told group 1, anything in your outside world that does not look the way you want it to look is a direct reflection of what's going on inside you. So I was saying, like, let's say you have an unsupportive partner in this love partnership. And this is just one energy that I'm getting from this card. We're going to talk about the second one. But for this example, let's say you are with a person and you feel like they don't support you following your dreams. They keep telling you, because maybe they live in lack, oh, you can't make money doing what you want to do. That's not going to pay the bills. We need you to go out there and work. That's not going to make, you can't make things happen that way. You can't support the family that way. You can't support the household that way, right? That person is literally the universe. I was given this example of like God holding puppet strings, and everything in your physical reality is being operated by God's puppet strings, right? And so God says, oh, I want you to follow your dreams. You don't want to listen to me? I'm going to have you listen to your reality. So your reality comes in and God's like, I'm going to make this person go to you and say this, this, and this. And the person says, oh, you can't make money following your dreams. It doesn't work that way, right? But this is God's way of saying, if you know me, then you know that this reality is just a mirror, and you would never look at the mirror and be unhappy with the reflection and point at the reflection in the mirror and say, you're bad. Why are you doing that? Why are you frowning? I want you to smile. You would simply look at yourself and say, if the reflection is not smiling, it's because I'm not either. If somebody in your reality is unsupportive, ask yourself, how much are you supporting yourself? How much of a perspective change do you need to have? How much of an adjustment do you need to have in your mindset in order for you to feel like you can make money and support yourself by following your dreams? Group 2, I feel like this full moon in Capricorn came to show you like this discipline, this hard work is needing to be applied to your mindset when it comes to this topic. Can you make money being an entrepreneur? Can you make money being a musician? Can you make money being an artist? Can you make money being a poet? Can you make money, doing fashion? We just had a candle go out, you guys, and I don't even, I'm just gonna leave that for now because the wax is hot. But can you do the things that need to be done, right? Like, these are the questions, and I feel like the universe is just kind of asking you at this time to go within and ask yourself to be your biggest support, to be, your biggest advocate, to stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Because your beliefs right now, or at least prior to this full moon and this wake up call, this face the music kind of energy, it's kind of like you were, traveling down a path and just doing what you thought was okay for you, but you were just getting by. You weren't living in your truest form of abundance. And it looks like for a lot of you, your truest form of abundance is following your dreams, making money, doing what you love to do, and believing that you can make money doing what you love to do. Some of you guys, you want to write a book, you want to start a podcast, you want to do all types of things. And you have to convince yourself, you have to be your own cheerleader first, that you can make it happen. And then once you believe it, there will be some people maybe reflecting back to you their own beliefs, because we live in a reality where people are allowed to have their own beliefs. But maybe you'll be attracting less of those people into your life, and you'll be attracting more people into your life who support you following your dreams. Maybe you'll be attracting examples of people who followed their dreams and now they're successful, and now maybe they're mentors to you or they're friends that you can follow the example just by being around them, being in their energy, right? There's that. But let's see, group number 2. I almost wanted to call you guys group number 1. The energy is very different than group 1, but there is an underlying tone of like similarity here. Call it universal divine flow. I don't know, whatever may have you, but oh, you know what? What did I actually, I'm on the right track, you guys, because I thought I skipped. I was trying to do it in the same order that I did group number 1, but you know what? Group number 2, I'm just gonna find what feels good and do that, because listen, you're not group number 1. Fire element desire. Yeah, what do you truly desire? 11th house friends. Didn't I tell you it's like unsupportive people around you, like telling you that maybe what you want is not possible, or you can't make money doing what it is that you desire to do. Your friend groups, or like the people around you, because a love partnership doesn't have to just be romantic, right? But the people around you are literally, you know what, I'm gonna get one more card. The people around you are literally influencing you to maybe feel like, or to believe within yourself, look, no, actually, I'm going to leave it. Mercury retrograde reinvention. You're reinventing yourself. Magician is Mercury energy. And I feel like not only are you creating the life of your dreams, reinventing your own life, but you're reinventing yourself so that you can create the life of your dreams. Some of you guys, you have to adjust your friendships or adjust your friend groups or adjust the people around you, or again, just take into account what people around you are saying and ask yourself first and foremost, do you believe it? Let me tell you something. Let me put the deck down because I got to get all serious and dramatic. Let me tell you something, right? Group 2, if you want to know the most accurate way to see if you resonate with some negativity that somebody is spewing your direction, how much are you triggered by what they're saying? If you are even the slightest bit triggered, that means the slightest part of you agrees with them on a subconscious level. You feel like something that they're saying hits for you. And if you don't like that, then change the belief, change the deep programming that you have to, what am I trying to say? Change the deep programming that you have to reflect something more positive and to reflect something better. That's all you got to do, right? And some of you guys might be saying, well, how do I change my programming? What is programming? Your programming is just the set of beliefs that you are currently walking with right now. The second candle goes out. Some of you guys, you feel like the fire for your desire has gone out. You feel like it's not fizzling, it's not burning as bright because maybe you got some negative Nancy's and some Debbie Downers around you. But are you a Debbie? What am I trying to say? Are you a Debbie Downer yourself, group number 2? Have you been a Debbie Downer to your own energy, to your own desires, right? Do you believe they're possible? Do you believe they're possible for you? Because that's two different questions. Maybe you believe it's possible for somebody out there in the world. Maybe you see people who are doing what you want to do and making money from it. So maybe you do believe it's possible. Do you believe now that you think it's possible? Do you believe it's possible for you? Because what's possible for somebody else doesn't necessarily apply to us sometimes in our minds, right? And so you have some homework to do. But going back to what I was saying, how do you flip the script on the beliefs that you're walking with? You have to identify them first. And a lot of times the universe will send you triggers to show you exactly what it is that you need to work through, what it is that you need to heal. So some of you guys are, you're attracting people who are not supportive and really making you feel down about what it is that you want to create for yourself. And it's just because maybe there's a part of you that's resisting creating this. Maybe you don't feel worthy of it. Maybe you don't feel like it's possible. Maybe you don't feel like good things happen for you. Whatever your beliefs are, but you have to go deep and then start to affirm immediately the opposite. I always say, regulate your nervous system, breath work, EFT tapping. My 2 favorites, right? Meditation, my 3rd favorite. It's new for me, you guys. I'm recently getting back into meditating. I've been doing it every day and I kind of really, really like it. Like, I don't know, it's doing something for me now. I didn't feel like it was before, but getting into those things, you guys, to regulate the nervous system. And after a few days, you will notice substantial changes, but you got to start somewhere, right? Let's see what your shadow is doing, you guys, because I do feel like this full moon in Capricorn did trigger a lot of people. It brought up some shadowy things, and your shadow is your ego. It's just the collection of negativity that you store within yourself. It's the collection of negative beliefs that you think or that you have within you. It's the collection of, negative emotions, whether you feel like you get envious or jealous sometimes, whether you get really hateful sometimes, whether you get like violent and aggressive sometimes, like whatever that is for you guys, group number 2, your shadow has been triggered by Mercury retrograde. Maybe Mercury retrograde is going to be a triggering time for you guys because we got Mercury retrograde here. I said it earlier and I was just thinking that when I was really trying to say this full moon in Capricorn. But you guys have, is this me? Oh my God. The universe is trying to get you to see the truth about yourself. Is how you've been parading around, is how you've been masquerading around the truth of who you are. Is the person who has to work a job, 2 jobs? What am I trying to say? Is the person who has to work a job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs? Is that really you, or is that what you told yourself and convinced yourself and taught yourself to believe? Hiding your true self. Is this really me and hiding your true self? Really, group number 2? Some of you guys, your true self is buried in your dream that you're not following. Your most authentic self is really buried and suppressed in this dream that you are not committing to. Some of you guys, the self-discipline is also like just, pick the thing you want to do and just commit to it. Just say to hell with it. Like, what's the worst we never want to ask that question. We are not going to ask that question. Commit to it and say, what's the best that could happen? What could possibly go right? Universe, show me how good it can possibly get. Because the better it gets, right? So you guys overall have envious gluttony. And I was just saying, like, your shadow, maybe you have envy. Some of you guys, you have this, because when I see envious and gluttony together, it's like envy mixed with greed. you know, a desire for so much. And so some of you are watching other people live their dreams, and instead of you being happy for them, you're maybe a little bit like envious, wishing you had what they have. Maybe not, you know, taking it from them, don't want them to have it, but you want a little slice of that pie too. And I feel like the universe is trying to get you to wake up and realize, like, the slice of the pie, the whole freaking pie is in your windowsill, waiting for, you know, it's cooling off, waiting for you to go grab your slice. There's nobody hiding the pie from you. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. The universe is trying to wake you guys up, group number 2, to show you, like, if you have a dream, the only person keeping you from following that dream is yourself. The dream is here and it's waiting for you. And guess what? The money tied to the dream to support you and your life and your loved ones is here and is waiting for you as well, right? Let's keep the flow going. Let's see what you guys have to surrender to, group number 2. Surrender frustration and surrender the idea you can fix someone. Some of you guys are frustrated with this hiding your true self. It's red, which gives like root shock, where some of you guys, you feel shame. Maybe you were taught, like, you know, certain things don't pay the bills. I know for me, when I grew up, I remember being like 6th or 7th grade, and I told my mom I wanted to be a chef. This is such a sidebar, but she tried to be very loving about it, but she was like, you know what, Kai, that's what she calls me. A lot of people call me Kai, right? They were like, well, she was like, being a chef is a great thing, and I think it would be really good for you as a hobby, but it's really hard to make money as a chef. You know, the restaurant world is really competitive. It's not gonna, you know, like, kind of trying to protect me from possible failure, but at the same time not being the most supportive of me following what my dream was at that time. And your dreams come straight from God, right? As above, so below. What I love about this magician card, right, is that you have one hand pointing to the heavens, one hand pointing down to the earth. And the magician is the conduit to bring things from the heaven. I want to do a little dance move, right? Bring things from the heaven into the earth below. And so for you guys, I do feel like you are like transferring the energy down below. That dream that you have, it came straight from the heavens, it came straight from God, and it's being asked to move through you into this physical realm, right? I just keep doing this dance. Some of you guys are dancers, but I do feel like some of you guys are just around unsupportive people, and you're buying into what they're saying. You are giving into what they're saying. I'm going to take that. Surrender to setting limits. Group 1 got this as well, because group 1 was dealing with people as well, in a different light than what you guys have going on, but people nonetheless. I feel like the universe is sending people as triggers, at least for group 1 and group 2. I'm going to see when we get to group 3. But surrender to setting limits. We're going to read all of these, you guys, but let me get 2 more. Surrender to effortlessness. It's meant to be easy, period. Surrender your addictions. Okay. So this full moon in Capricorn, what did it come to do? It came to help you surrender your fear of intimacy. And I feel like this intimacy is like you getting intimate with self. Let me say this too. When I looked at this love partnership card earlier, I was thinking like, yeah, partnerships with people around you that you love, that you care about, but the love partnership with yourself. How committed are you to yourself? How committed to you? How committed are you to your personal dreams? Like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So surrender the fear of intimacy. I'm not going to read, but I do feel like it is. Matter of fact, I am going to read it to you guys. Let's see. It says, you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Now, for you guys, love is not just a person or with a person, right? Some of you guys, you're ready to let the love of life in. You're ready to romanticize your life. You're ready to let the love of your passions and your dreams in. What's under follow your dreams? Physical activity with intuition. Intuitively, you guys are led to, you know, do something, create something, bring something to life. And I do feel like there is a fear of maybe getting too close to your wish fulfilled. There's a fear of getting too close to your dream and having that manifest. Some of you guys don't know what to do with that energy is what I'm kind of picking up on. But surrender to setting limits. And I'm going to read this to you. This says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships, practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. N-O period. I said that for group 1 too. Listen, you guys, some of you guys, you have to really, like, you see how this person has their hand up, like, stop the shit, stop the shit. Like, this is what you guys have to embody. Some of you guys are needing to tell people, like, yo, cut the shit. Like, we're not doing this. This is not what's happening. I'm going to stand up in my own power. I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, and I'm going to do me. If you don't feel like this could pay the bills, maybe it won't pay your bills, but it's damn sure going to pay mine. Like, this is the energy I feel like you guys are stepping into. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Some of you guys, you know, you're pushing hard to make money. You're working, you're looking for jobs, you're maybe adding on extra things to acquire income. And I feel like the universe is trying to show you, like, making money, taking care of yourself, your survival is meant to be easy. It's meant to be effortless. You're not even meant to be thinking about your survival. It's meant to be a thing that just is taken care of. Surrender to that ease of knowing that the universe is never going to push you to do something that it won't support you through, right? Then surrender your addictions. Some of you guys are smokers, you're drinkers, or you have other types of addictions, but let's talk about it. It says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking. Some of you guys are Capricorns. Take action to begin to heal that addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So if you guys have an addiction that you are using to cope with life being hard, I feel like some of you guys, when money situations come up, you have an addiction that you go to, you have a vice, whether it's a smoking thing, whether it's a drinking thing, whether it's a whatever other habit you might have, right? I do feel like you have an addiction to doing something when you don't feel okay. And I feel like the universe is trying to get you to just do the thing that makes you feel okay. And we got commercials, you guys. I'm going to mute the TV because I got lo-fi playing in the background. But I feel like the universe is just trying to get you to do the thing that makes you feel okay, which is following your dreams. You wouldn't have, you know, to cope with life being so hard if you just surrendered to your intuition and surrender to the ease and the effortlessness that your intuition is trying to guide you through. I did feel like this was a path that you were being asked to kind of go on. Like, it just felt like a journey. Like, your intuition is like, follow me, come to me, let me show you the way. And you guys were just like, yeah, but I got to work this other job because I got a bill to pay tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that, you guys. I'm not trying to say, you know, disregard your responsibilities, but I do feel like you need to open yourself up to the universe working some magic in your favor so that you can begin to live your dreams. Because like Christ said, I don't know if any of you guys, you know, have ever read the Bible, and no, I'm not religious. Obviously, I wouldn't be religious if I was probably reading tarot cards, right? But I like the Bible. I feel like it has a lot of good gems. I feel like it has a lot of wisdom. I like the tea that it spills. It's always piping hot, right? And I just feel like some of you guys need to kind of go back to the words of Christ where he was like, I came so that you may have life and have it more abundantly, or I came so that you may live life and live it more abundantly. I feel like you guys, like, your intuition is trying to guide you to the abundance, and you're just like, yeah, but that abundance don't pay the bills. Doesn't that sound crazy? Abundance don't pay the bills. I feel like that's what you guys are thinking. But and maybe not in the form of like the word abundance, but like following your dreams doesn't pay the bills, but following your dreams is abundance. It's an abundant thing that you even get to have dreams, that you even get to have desires, right? Oh, group number 2, I'm sending you guys so much love. I really, really, really am. Because this Capricorn full moon has been a little bit of a doozy for a lot of the collective. I'm seeing it. I really, really am. Let's get some cards on the table for you guys and see what else you need to surrender to. I think I just saw surrender negativity. Some of you guys, that's what needs to change. Your inner world is super negative when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your passions, when it comes to your capabilities and, you know, the potential outcome for you. We're gonna not take these. Hold on one second. Let's get another shuffle going. Universe, for group 2. Thank you, Spirit. What is here said an honor for group number 2? What do they need to hear? Your commitment is being tested. Holy crap. So group 2, I was just saying, how committed are you? Like, some of you guys need to just commit to following your dreams and just get it done. Just do it. Nike said it. Just do it. Like, some of you guys just got to commit to following your dreams and just let that be the thing, right? The answers you need are coming. I feel like you can't worry about having everything figured out. You just got to take that first step. Commit to your dream. You know what your dream is. It's been on your heart for a while. It's been the thing that you've been feeling disconnected from, right? But commit to it and let the answers come to you. Let the universe figure out what it is that you need to do and then show you. Although, let me say this, the universe never has to figure it out because it's already figured out. The universe just has to give you the grace and the compassion until you're ready to allow the answers to, you know, align with your energy. That's always how it goes, you guys. The answers are always there. how aligned with you are, how aligned are you with receiving them? There we go. I was trying to get the freaking words. We have luck is on your side. Don't let your past hold you back. Prosperity lies ahead. I'm just going to take all of them because I feel like these are just dead on with what we have going on. Some of you guys, your past has showed you or convinced you that things are not going to work out. Maybe you tried to go towards your dreams before, or maybe you've been going towards your dreams and it hasn't just been working, or people are not seeing results and they're like, you need to give this up. It's not paying the bills. However this goes, but you can't let your past hold you back. Just because something didn't work yesterday doesn't mean that you can't align with it working tomorrow. Everything does happen in divine timing, and divine timing is really based on your energy. What is your mindset like? What is your subconscious mind like? Is your subconscious mind, group number 2, aligned with your desired result being achieved and you having success? Or is it aligned with you trying something and it's not working? You just have to ask yourself that. Overall, you have your dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, some of you guys are being asked to follow your dreams, but you're also being asked to be practical about it. Sit down, create a list, get detailed about it, right? Like, see, what I saw? And I think I saw this because I was meant to tell you guys. Group number 2, I was watching this TikTok and this coach came on. I don't know her name. I don't even know if I saved the video, but she was like, explaining basically how she uses AI to manifest things that she feels like are not likely or not possible. So long story short, what she does is she goes on Chat GPT or Chat GTP, however it goes, and she types in, I have this limiting belief that tells me that I can't, in your example, I can't do what I want to do as a career and make a lot of money from it. Show me examples in real life, books, magazines, interviews, articles where people did exactly what I want to do and they were very successful at getting it done. And then the AI will generate all of these articles and videos and testimonies to what you're asking. And all the mind needs, all the ego and conscious mind needs is proof, overwhelming proof that something is likely. And then it makes it easier to release the resistance. Group 2, some of you guys need to maybe do a little bit of research, whether you are into AI or not. You can do the research on your own, but AI makes it a little bit easier when they kind of just pull up everything, all the resources for you, right? So if you guys want to sit there and look for reasons to feel like what you want is likely. If you follow your dreams, these are the people who came before you and they did it and it worked for them. Or even if it's a freaking fictional book, like a fake book. I can never remember between fiction and nonfiction which one means real and which one means not real, you guys. That's how you know I don't read a lot of books. I read self-help books. Self-help is based on helping you. I'm not talking about fantasies versus historical novels and stuff like that, right? But see, I done forgot where I was going with this. You guys, do the research or ask AI and get you some references. I was saying whether or not it comes from a storybook and it's, what am I trying to say, fictitious characters, that can still be an inspiration to you. I know when I read fanfics back in the day, you couldn't tell me I wasn't living as the main character in my head. Come on now. So all you have to do is saturate your mind, you guys, with the possibility of what you want being a real likelihood. You get where I'm going with that. So let's see. I'm going to pull a crystal for you guys, some self-love, self-care messages, and then some affirmations to close out. I think I'll end with the affirmations. But let's see what crystal would serve you guys well to combat or to, help you harness the energy of this full moon in Capricorn that we just experienced. For group 2, Spirit, what needs to be heard, said, is honored. Can we get one crystal for group number 2 to help them navigate this full moon in Capricorn extravaganza? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. But at least you guys have a good sign that prosperity lies ahead and that, luck is on your side. Because I do feel like some of you guys have just been feeling unlucky, or you've been feeling like, good things don't happen for you, or what are the odds of you being successful at something you feel called to do? And I just feel like the universe is just trying to show you with this full moon energy, however it goes, that luck is on your side. Maybe some of you guys saw something happen. You got a little stroke of luck with this full moon in Capricorn to try to make you a believer. The universe will do things like that. It will send you signs and synchronicities to show you what it is that you're asking for. So if you say, universe, how is it possible that I am able to follow my dreams and really make so much money from doing it? I'm really able to support myself and my loved ones. The universe will start to show you synchronicities. It really, really will. It's like whatever you focus your attention on, that's what the universe is going to give to you. We have diamond, and I'm going to take it. Shine bright like a diamond. Rihanna said it. Diamond, what it is: set in engagement rings, tiaras, and iced out chains. This girl's best friend of gemstones is the hardest naturally occurring material on the planet or on earth. Diamonds are more than just status symbols encrusted on the rich. Their radiant energy clears away spiritual cloud cover so you can bask in the purest light. Who needs it? Who doesn't? Where to put it? Wherever you'd like to bling. When to use it? When you've just got to keep it icy, when you want to make your intentions perfectly clear, when it's time to beam your own unique light through the darkness for all to see. Own it with diamond. Shine your brightest with diamond. Some of you guys need to learn how to shine bright. Some of you guys, ooh, and I'm getting goosebumps. This happened with group number 1 where something came through and I knew I was talking to somebody. So if this is not your part of the story, disregard it, keep watching for the rest of it. But specifically, I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Some of you guys are around people with this setting limits and, setting boundaries in relationships and stuff. You're around people who can't handle your light and you've been taught to dim it. This could be why people are like, oh, that's never going to work out for you. That's never going to play out for you, because they know that if you actually put your mind to this thing that you desire, that you're passionate about, it's going to blow up. And maybe that makes them feel small. Maybe not everybody in your life. Maybe some people, like how my mom was with the whole chef thing, she just cared, But there are other people who don't feel secure within themselves. And the only way they feel secure is if they're around other people who are playing it small. You wanting to follow your dreams is the opposite of playing it small. So just keep that in mind too, that some people might be, coming with these energies towards you, not just because you're attracting it through your own energy, but because they're projecting, right? That was for somebody. Let me see what self-care messages you guys need to help you shine bright like a diamond. And some of you guys, you just have to get your bearings back. You have to get your wits back about you. Some of you guys, you let this negativity kind of turn over in your mind. And it's funny because the Sun card, I almost feel like I'm gonna shuffle again. I almost feel like it wanted to come out in the reverse when I first picked it up. But when I flipped it, the way that I flipped it, it was positive, or right side up. So I just left it that way. But I just feel like that's the universe also trying to get you to not focus on the negative. It's like what would be a negative situation doesn't need to be negative in your mind. You need to just focus on the up and up, focus on what you can do as far as aligning with your intuition and letting that kind of like steer the path for you. You guys have sync with the moon. Interesting. So I do feel like, because the moon in astrology does represent your intuition, I feel like some of you guys, by syncing with the moon, you will have a lot of your energy kind of aligned with what it is that you're looking to do. And I'm closing my eyes, you guys, because I'm channeling. I do feel like one thing I'm feeling called to say to you guys is to align your journey with the moon cycles. The new moon is the best time to plant seeds for new endeavors. The full moon is a good time to kind of go over what it is that you've been putting into action, what it is that you've been harvesting since the new moon. When you have waxing and waning phases, those also represent different times to do different things. Ask AI, or maybe AI wouldn't have astrology knowledge, who knows, but ask the internet. Go on the internet and do a little bit of research to see what moon phases correspond to, what it is, what kind of action you need to be taking, and then base the action that you need to follow your dreams on that moon cycle. I do feel like that's coming through for you guys, because even though we're talking about self-care, self-love, I do feel like a part of you loving yourself is following your dreams and making it the least effort, right? Like making it the most easy, effortless process possible, and working with the stars. Like there's a quote, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do, right? So I feel like working with the stars is a good way to really get that underway for you guys in a very easy kind of flowing way. You guys also have write a gratitude list, which group number 1 got as well. Some of you guys are getting a lot of repeats from group number 1. Some of you guys can go back and watch that. I don't feel like the messages are necessarily going to apply to every single person in group 2, but if you feel called to group 1, that's for a reason. I do suggest going back to watch that. Follow your heart, but like that's just what my heart is telling me to tell yours. Then you have be still. Some of you guys need a moment. Some of you guys need a moment to process everything that's been happening for you, everything that's been going on. Some of you guys need a moment to even process what you're about to embark on, because you're about to go from one paradigm to another. You're shifting from one timeline to another, one reality to another, where you are working and doing for money. And the universe is trying to get you now to just be open to receiving, right? Overall, you have make a meal. So some of you guys, you know, make sure you're nourishing your temple. Make sure you're eating clean. I love this make a meal because all you see is like veggies and fruits and all of the good things. And I feel like some of you guys need like a very healthy, nutritious meal, or at least as you are going into this new endeavor of like following your dreams, you're definitely gonna want to eat good, want to eat healthy, want to eat in ways that feed and fuel the body, because if you're trying to survive off of junk food, it might burn you out a lot quicker than you want to be burnt out. Just saying, right? But lastly, group number 2, we're going to end off with 2 affirmations, 2 to 3 affirmations for you that you can use, you can repeat at any time. We have 2 here, so maybe I'll just leave it at 2. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at 2. Your overall affirmation is, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I wanted to get real New York real quick and just say, fuck is you talking about? Like, literally, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Group number 2, some of you guys, you have people around you that expect you to just live up to what they say. They expect you to just follow suit. Again, this could be a love partnership where maybe you live in a house with somebody, you guys have bills to pay, maybe you guys are going 50-50 and you have to bring your 50 to the table for you guys to survive. And that partner of yours, or that person, that roommate, whoever, is on some, oh, you know, you can't do this. And maybe they're clocking you like, you know, you're doing this and it's not working. Well, I don't have to prove myself to you. I'm doing what I want. As long as the 50 is brought to the table, which the universe will show up and provide for you, so long as your mindset reflects it, then there's no problem. Bada bing, bada boom. I will not worry about things I can't control is your first mantra. And I do feel like it's because you're stepping into a whole new paradigm where you don't know how things are going to go. You don't understand fully, you know, all of the things that you need to understand. The answers you need are going to be coming to you gradually. And so as you are navigating with least clarity at some points in your journey, you will not be worried about things that you can't control is your first mantra. And then you have, I am in perfect balance. Some of you guys, that being still energy is for you to cultivate balance for yourself. Some of you guys, you need to find that balance within yourself in order to feel like you have, you know, your bearings back, to feel like you have your wits about you in order to navigate forward in a really, 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 I want to say prosperous way, but like in a really healthy and balanced way, where your energy is where it needs to be for you to achieve like the greatest potential and the greatest, you know, result that you can possibly achieve. But group 2, this is what I have for you guys. I really, really like this reading. I feel like this hit for somebody. Somebody needed this. I ain't show up here for no reason, you guys. But I do really want to send you guys a lot of love. If you guys are going to group 1 or to group 3, I'll see you there. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things. We are at 630 subscribers, you guys, the most we've ever had on this channel, and I'm so grateful. But I really want to see that say 630,000, 630K. So let's get this channel growing and glowing. If you guys want more content like this, don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you want more messages, comment below. Let me know what you want to see on the channel, because you guys know I'm like dabbling into some new things, and I'm getting into coaching more, and I'm doing some things. So let me know what you guys want from me, how you feel like you guys, like I can help you guys, I should say. But I love you guys. Excuse all my tongue twisters today. I'm not probably going to edit them out, honestly. I'm probably just going to leave them. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for vibing and connecting, and I will see you wherever I see you next. Group number 3, the last but certainly not least of them. If you chose this green crystal right here, this jade, let's get into it. Let's see what this full moon in Capricorn is getting you to not tolerate anymore, getting you to release, getting you to surrender. What this full moon is bringing into your life, taking away from your life. Let's get all the tea. And of course, it's going to be piping hot because it's group number 3. But I'm not a rapper. I'm going to replay that when I edit. I'm going to see how that actually came out, because in my mind, that sounded really cool. But, you know, I don't know. Group 3, I'm feeling a little bit silly. Some of you guys, maybe this full moon in Capricorn, it got you to connect with your inner child. I don't know why that came through just now, but some of you guys, like maybe like life was a little bit too serious, or you were taking life a little bit too seriously, and now like maybe, you know, the universe is trying to get you to connect back to that free-spirited, playful kind of vibe. Let's see what's going on for group 3 though. Last shuffle. What energy did this full moon do? What's the big one that the full moon did for group 3? Because I always say, like, the universe is going to do its big one, right? And its big one is going to look different for everybody. Group 1, the big one was something else. Group 2, the big one was something different. For group 3, you know, what the universe is going to do for you is what the universe is going to do for you. That's the big one. So let's see. We have the Death card, change, ooh, endings that bring new beginnings. But I feel like this is an inner transformation that the universe came to do inside of you. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, okay, with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Ooh, this is starting to remind me a little bit of Group 1's reading. In the World in reverse. Yeah, group 1 got the World right side up though as their second card. Okay. Overall, group 3. You guys got the Queen of Swords, which group number 1 got as well as like their third or fourth card out. So some of you guys may need to go back and watch group number 1. I'm just going to say that off rip, right? I don't think that the energy is exactly the same, but I think there are messages there for those who resonate with the pile or the energy of group 1. So if you feel called, go check it out as well. But overall, I feel like the universe is trying to get you guys to put a stop to something, put an end to, I want to say, some type of behavior or some type of pattern. And this is within yourself. So what I'm seeing for you guys, let me just sit this here for a second. What I am seeing for you guys is the Death card with the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, no, I'm just going to show you all of them at once because it makes sense. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, that's self-love, right? All of that stuff. And then the World in reverse. I feel like there's been a chapter that you guys have been stuck in for a while where there was like no connection to love of self, no confidence, maybe just feeling like it's giving like negative mind activity, negative mental space, negative mental environment, where you don't see yourself, you don't maybe see the value in yourself, where you guys are not paying attention to the ways in which you're not even adding worth to yourself, or you're allowing other people to devalue you. I don't feel like the emphasis is on other people here though. I just feel like it's a feeling or sensation or just a lifestyle of not embodying your fullest potential. Because some of you guys don't feel confident. Some of you guys don't feel connected to the sense of innate power within you. I feel like the Queen of Swords, look at this with the Knight of Cups in reverse. For some reason, I felt called to take a deep breath. Some of you guys are like needing to breathe. Like, I don't know what this is that I'm channeling through me right now. It feels like I need to be at ease, I'm tired kind of sensation. Some of you guys are tired of just not loving yourself. Some of you guys are tired of what that means and what that shows up as in your reality. Some of you guys, you know, it shows up as people making bad choices and decisions when it comes to you, or poor choice. Oh my God. Mercury retrograde pre-shadow period. You guys, bear with me. Making poor choices and decisions when it comes to you, right? That's how it could show up as. But I do feel like you guys are needing to take back your power by actually pursuing what makes sense for you and going after what makes your heart feel good. For some of you guys, it's moving in a different direction than where you are right now. I do feel that as well. Group 3, the name of the game for you with this Capricorn full moon though is like deep change that you may not have wanted, but you definitely asked for. If you guys have been asking for growth, if you guys have been asking for, you know, your reality to shift, I do feel like the universe used this full moon in Capricorn as like the perfect highlighter to show you exactly the ways in which you are not aligned with your reality shifting to the one that you desire. For some of you guys in group 3, the reality you desire is one filled with love, or at least the things that you're asking to manifest only come to people who truly love themselves and feel worthy of receiving certain things. You have one Queen in reverse and one Queen right side up. I feel like this is an energy of teaching you to receive, where you don't feel confident in receiving. The confident Queen who receives is in reverse, but the knowledgeable Queen is right side up. So some of you guys, your confidence is a direct correlation or a direct tie to your mindset. And this is not for some of you. I'm saying like some of you guys, this is what's going on, but for everybody, that is the truth. your confidence is directly tied to what you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself internally, right? And so I feel like the biggest change that you're being asked to make with this Capricorn full moon is that maybe life circumstances have pushed you into, I almost feel like a corner. When the death card comes up, it's like change is here, whether you want it to be or not. Get the freak ready. Like, that's kind of just what I feel for you guys. And I feel like what's about to be shaken up is your sense of self-worth. You guys might be pushed into a corner where you have no other choice but to love yourself. If you guys hear like little kids, I'm right by the window and there are kids, because you know it's warm out, they're playing. I don't know what's going on, but I live in New York. These are the things, you guys. So we're going to move on to another deck. I want to see what other themes are coming through for group number 3. I do feel a confidence in paying attention to the ways in which your mind is contributing to you not feeling like your best self, not feeling loved, not feeling cared for, not feeling even connected to spirit. Some of you guys don't feel connected to God in the way that you want to feel. But we're going to talk about it. So let's see what else this Capricorn full moon came to do for group number 3, the viewers and selectors of group 3, pile 3. It's interesting, the crystal that you guys chose is a very healing one. And so some of you guys are healing with self-love. That's the name of the game for you guys. One more shuffle. For group 3, what are the themes that are coming through that the universe wants group 3 to be aware of through this Capricorn full moon? What needs to be heard, said, and honored? Manifestation, parenting, and physical activity. One more. With moderation. So the manifestations, remember I was saying, like, some of you guys, you know, the reality shift you're asking for, you know, that would be basically linking up with the version of yourself who loves themselves or feels worthy of receiving the manifestation. Literally, I could sense some of you guys are, you know, you're asking for change. You're asking for certain things, and the universe is showing you exactly the things that you think about yourself that keep you from feeling like you deserve it, that maybe you haven't been paying attention to before. I feel like the universe is asking you right now to parent yourself, to nurture yourself. Overall, you have spiritual career. We're going to talk about that too, but I feel like for some of you, first of all, hold on, because when I said we're going to talk about that, they said, no, we're going to talk about it now. So let's go to that for a second. With follow your dreams underneath this and then rebirth underneath this, everybody knows that the death card is the ultimate sign of death and rebirth, right? Some of you guys, what you're being molded into, this Capricorn full moon came to mold you into somebody who loves themselves enough to follow their dreams. Group number 2 kind of got this vibe too. But group number 2 was like, it was a little bit different. You guys are coming more from the standpoint of you don't feel like you love yourself enough, but you're asking and looking to manifest things that would only come to a person who did love and value themselves enough to believe that they're worthy of deserving the manifestations. Hopefully that made sense for you guys. But with the spiritual career, some of you guys, you know, you're wanting to manifest a spiritual career, or you started a spiritual career and you're wanting to further it. And the universe is saying, well, if you want to be on this path, if you want to be maybe a teacher, if you want to be a light in the world for other people to maybe follow the example behind, you have to embody the highest frequency, which is love. And a lot of you guys, because love was under that as well, a lot of you guys, you haven't been embodying it. This Ace of Cups in reverse is like the perfect card to describe the fact that like self-love is lacking. Your cup has been empty, and some of you guys have been giving to other people from the cup that you have nothing left in. You're catering to other people, you're caring for other people, you're giving to other people, you're supporting other people, but not paying a lot of attention to your own needs and your own desires, and the fact that your own cup has been diminished. You know what I mean? I didn't even know the word that I wanted to use. I wanted to use a really dramatic word, but I couldn't think of one at the time. But you know, your cup is empty, my loves. And I feel like the universe used this Capricorn full moon just to show you like why you need to sit back and kind of just like take that in for a moment. Because I do feel like a lot of you guys, you know, when it comes to parenting yourself, some of you guys are needing to, this is kind of like what group 1 got in a sense, right? Where group 1 kind of got this energy of needing to kind of like nurture themselves, needing to, you know, pep themselves up. I feel like with you guys, parenting can be like, you know, being your own best guide. I was also saying to group number 1, like maybe you grew up with parents who set a certain example for you, and that's where you drew your life experience from, or your life wisdom from. But I just kind of feel like a lot of you guys, the parenting that you need is just going to come from yourself. You're needing to, you know, be your own support system. And I do feel like that's an act of love in and of itself. With Physical activity and moderation. I feel like some of you guys, an act of self-love is also moving your body. This Capricorn full moon may have shown you just how much your body needs some love too, right? Just how much, like, parenting to me is like cracking the whip in a way where it's like you're gonna do the things that I tell you to do because it's gonna help you. The universe could be trying to parent you as well, right into your manifestation or manifestations, because I feel like a lot of you guys are manifesting more than one thing. But with physical activity, going back to that, I feel like physical movement is necessary to get the juices flowing. For a lot of you guys, again, going back to it being an act of self-love, self-love doesn't just look like, oh, let me get my nails done and look pretty. Self-love is like, how do I feel? If I don't like my body, what am I doing to make sure my body is healthy? And I'm not talking about, oh, my shape is terrible. That's surface level stuff. I'm talking about your quality of health. Physical activity is such a good, I was going to say mood booster, which is like a little bit different than where I initially wanted to go. I was going to say it's such a good regimen to keep your body healthy, but it is a mood booster. Some of you guys, you need to feel yourselves again. This Queen of Wands in reverse is a no-no. The Queen of Wands, when she's right side up, she's confident. She knows her worth. She's the baddest. And if you're a man, he's the finest. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And, you know, she knows her worth and she adds tax. She doesn't let anybody, you know, come in and do their own thing in her reality. She is the sovereign power in her reality, her and the universe. And I feel like some of you guys have just lost this autonomous. Group 3, as I was saying that, my camera cut off and I have battery, I have storage, so I'm not sure what that was. But I'm gonna take it as a sign from God. Like, I was talking about you not being the sovereign power in your life. Maybe once upon a time you were, and it's like the universe was like, ah, cut right there. Yeah, because some of you guys, you have lost your way. And you may have been stuck in a cycle of, you know, going back and forth with things and with people and with situations that just don't serve you. They don't align with your highest core values. And some of you guys have just been looping and looping and looping in this repetitive cycle of not loving self. Moderation, I feel like, is you learning to, like, you know, do things in moderation. And I'm also getting this for other people. Some of you guys, you know, you were giving to people when I was telling you, like, you know, your cup is empty and you still sitting here trying to take care of other people. This is a reality check that the universe is coming to give you. Moderation. It's okay to do things for people that you love. It's okay to take care of people that you love and care about, right? However, if your cup is not filled, you have no right making your priority somebody outside of you. Moderation is the name of the game. Give to people when you can. Give to yourself as much as you can. Does that make sense? Especially right now as you're watching this, because if you're in this energy, especially like Ace of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, you need the self-love, you need the confidence, and that's going to be the digesting factor, is like the phrase that came to me to help you really assimilate what is next for you on your journey. Group number 3. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember exactly where we were going with this whole thing, you guys, but I'm just gonna keep the flow moving. We're just gonna keep it going. We're going on to Black Moon Astrology now to see, you know, what it is that you guys need to be aware of for this full moon in Capricorn. What are the themes that the universe wanted to get your attention with? I see a card that's flipped over here, and this is second house owning. So back to the manifestations, what it is that you have, what it is that you want. We have lunar eclipse change. Yeah, something has to change, but lunar eclipse to me is like going into the shadow, going into the dark, going into the emotions, right? Scorpio, I transform. Yeah, a lot. And we had that death card, which is ruled by Scorpio. A lot of you guys, the change is internal. This full moon in Capricorn, the biggest theme is come to show you that you have to change on the inside. Something about you needs to be upgraded. Not because you're bad or you're stupid or you're not good enough, but because you are good enough and you have convinced yourself that you're not. Somebody's screaming for you guys in the background. Come on now. With Cancer, I do feel like you haven't been feeling like your best self, and the universe is trying to flip that around for you guys. Like, the universe wants you to feel like everything and then some, because when you're in that energy, you can accomplish any manifestation you set your mind to. Some of you guys, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I had parents that really tried to remind me of my power and my worth at any given moment when I was a child. You're so smart, Kyra, you can do anything you put your mind to, or you're so creative, or you're such a good dancer, you're this, you're that. They really tried to, like, not for nothing, like, gas me up, right? And so some of you guys, your parenting also also has to look like you gassing yourself up, again, nurturing yourself, supporting yourself. But sometimes it looks like stroking your ego in the best sense, right? Reminding yourself, let me say it like this, reminding yourself that you are that person, you are the ish, you are top tier, you are second to none, you're on your pedestal in your reality. This is your world. Everybody in it lives to serve you, right? Like, this is the energy that you're being asked to transform into. You have to feel it. And I feel like you guys you have not been feeling your best. You have not been feeling on top of your game. Some of you guys haven't even been pouring into yourself. I know for me, like when the Queen of Wands comes out, she's automatically a card where I know whoever this is looks good. Some of you guys have not been pouring into your looks. It's giving like waking up, messy hair, sweatpants every day, doing the bare minimum to get out the door to go where you have to go. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of attention and TLC being poured into this collective group number 3, you know, around this Capricorn full moon time. Maybe you guys have been just feeling depleted of energy so much so that you don't have it in you, or you feel you don't have it in you to just connect with looking good. It feels like the extra step that you just are not willing to maybe partake in, right? And you know, I've been there, I get it, but I do feel like the universe is trying to flip that around for you. We got cameras cutting off, we got flash cutting off. Group 3, you guys, I don't know if you guys are meant to cut people off, cut things off, cut things out. I just feel like this cut kind of vibe. I'm getting synchronicities of cutting, cord cutting, something needs to be cut out. Take it as it resonates. But let's get into your shadow. Now, as I explained to the other two groups, your shadow is just the storehouse of your ego. It's where all the negativity that you would never want to show to the world lives, whether you are a jealous, envious person, whether you're a hateful person, vengeful person, angry person, aggressive, violent person, whether you're an insecure person. That's all shadow energy that you most likely would not want other people to know, right? So let's see what your shadow is. We have revenge. Ooh. I was just talking about whether you're a vengeful person, angry person, violent person, whatever this is. But let's get one more and we'll talk about it. Some of you guys are blaming people. Is this me? And this is group number 2 got this as well. You guys, my freaking phone died, so I had to use my backup phone, which is why like the angle and quality might be a little bit different. Group number 3. But I want to say that you guys are the only group that got any of these interruptions. It's like, ooh, it's like I could blame the phone. I could blame anything for why the reading is not going according to plan. Like when you guys are getting disruptions in your life, I feel like some of you guys are pointing the finger is what it's giving me. But I was talking to you guys about your shadow. Now I was saying like maybe you are blaming somebody in your life for why you feel depleted, why you don't feel good about yourself, why you don't, like it's their fault, they did it. And you have this vengeful spirit where you're just looking to point the finger and not be accountable for your own inner badness, right? And I'm not talking about badness like negativity. I mean like your baddie, your inner handsome person, your inner pretty person. Like you're not wanting to be accountable for the fact that your worth comes from you, right? Is this me? I feel like some of you guys are really questioning, like, you know, is what you're receiving really you? Like, are you fully connected to, what am I trying to say? What this is, this me card, I definitely feel like some of you guys are realizing like this way that you've been feeling about yourself, this disconnection you've been feeling towards yourself, it's not really who you are. It's not really who you want to be. You don't want to be somebody who feels, and I'm not trying to say this to make anybody feel away, but I feel like some of you guys, you feel ugly. You don't feel attractive. You don't feel like you're in your power. You don't feel like you're capable. You don't feel like you're magical. And I feel like some of you guys are really asking, like, when you look in the reflection and you feel like you're not doing enough, or you feel like you're not enough, like, is this really me? I feel like some of you guys, you know, what's being shaken up is like the universe is getting you to see like the illusion. The fact that you're even questioning, maybe you are, maybe you're not, but I feel like this is what the universe is doing with this full moon in Capricorn, getting you to question, has this pattern been you? This person who doesn't feel confident, this person whose cup is overflown to the point where now it's empty and you have no more to give. Is this you, or is the you that the universe sees abundant? Is the you that the universe sees beautiful and handsome, plentiful, magical, prosperous? Like, that's the real you. And I feel like the universe has been getting you to, like, or trying to get you to realize, like, this energy here, whatever cycle you're in here, why it needs to change is because it's not the real you. Some of you guys are caught up in this illusion, like, oh, this is just who I am. I'll never be pretty. I'll never be handsome. I'll never be successful. I'll never have the love of my life. People don't care about me. Like, I feel like some of you guys are like in victim mode. Group number 3. Take it as it resonates, right? Overall, you have blinded to pain. Oh, some of you guys too, like you're numb in whatever circumstance you're in right now. Like this whole vibe of not feeling yourself, not feeling the most confident. It's like you're in it and you're just numb to it. Like you're just, maybe you've been there for quite a while. You're just numb to it. That's what it feels like, you know? But let's get some Moonology on the table for you guys. I cannot believe my phone died. Like, it is what it is, you guys. This reading is actually really, really long. I've been recording for like at least 2 hours now. I'm not gonna lie to you. But let's see what else is going on for the collective. So you guys have, for group 3 with this full moon in Capricorn, step out of your comfort zone. Take time to breathe out. I don't remember, because we got interrupted with the phone dying, you guys. I don't remember if it was you guys that I needed to take that breath for, or if it was a different group. I want to say it was group 3 that I was like, I just feel called to like breathe. Like, I don't know. Like some of you guys need to sit back and to just breathe for a second, because I feel like some of you guys are just in this comfort zone of just not being your best self, and the thought of even trying to put yourself together, the thought of even trying to feel good again, it just feels overwhelming. It feels unattainable, like overwhelming in the sense of I can't do it. I feel like you have to step out of your comfort zone, and in order for you to step out of your comfort zone, you have to start with the breath. Breathe, group 3, because it's okay. We're going to get one more card, but I do feel like the breath is, some of you guys need to get into breath work. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. I do feel like the fiery climax is you guys really almost getting fed up with how you feel. Like, you know how like the saying goes, you got to be tired of being tired, right? Like you could be tired of your life. You could be tired of your situation. You could be tired of how you feel. But until you're tired of being tired, that's when real change happens. And I feel like this fiery climax is maybe your reality getting shaken up so that you can be tired of being tired, or you can finally get to that stage of feeling tired of being tired. Like, I'm tired of being tired, like enough already. And then you make your move. I feel like group number 3, you guys are the group where maybe your back has to be against the wall for you to accomplish something that you've been wanting to do, or for you to make some type of internal change. It's like it's you know those people who, it's like when life is calm, when life is chill, they don't have enough energy, or they believe they don't have enough energy within themselves to make changes. But the minute life pushes them against the wall, and they've been back against the wall for too long, that's when it clicks for them. It's like some people need, what they say, what's the saying? Diamonds create pressure. I feel like you guys in group 2 got the diamond card for their crystal. I feel like you guys are like diamonds that get created under pressure. And right now the pressure is on. And if it's not, it's about to come. Because the universe is ready for you to start loving yourself. That love needs to come back. Expect powerful change, group number 3. The universe is ready for you to start loving yourself. The change is going to be powerful, because that's how powerful you need to be reminded that you are. Right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, your comfort zone has been keeping you stagnant. Some of you guys, you're comfortable with not exercising, not moving your body. You're comfortable with, complaining maybe about your weight, not doing anything about it. You're comfortable with, having poor eating habits, not doing anything about it. You're comfortable with, not feeling cute and pretty or handsome, but also not doing anything about it, not going out of your way to dress up, not going out of your way to maybe buy something nice if you can afford it, not, like there's no effort. Physical activity to me represents effort, whether it's physical exercise or some type of other physical activity, but I do feel like effort is required, and you guys are just not, you don't feel like you have the capacity to get there. And I get it, because I used to be that person at some point. Like, I go through phases where I feel so depleted that I don't feel like, or I'm convincing myself that I can't do anything. I'm just in bed and I'm a bum, like for real. Like, I'm in bed, I'm in sweats, I'm in pajamas or whatever. I'm eating ice cream and all types of crap. I'm in that mood. I'm in a funk, And then something happens and I pick myself back up. But lately I've been forcing myself to pick myself back up. I know what works for me. Some of you guys have to figure out what works for you. I'll give you guys some examples. I've learned over time that when I look good, I feel good. So when I don't feel my best, I will force myself to put on makeup, to do my hair, to put on a fit, put on perfume. And I look in the mirror a couple times. I'm like, all right, hold on. I'm looking a little, you know what I'm saying? Right? So that's one of the things. Smell goods also. I mentioned that in the first example, but to hyperfixate on that specifically. When I smell good, if you guys are into human design, my strongest sense is my nose, like the sense of smell. Perfumes, oils, aromatics, you guys, they do it for me. So when I put on a nice scent, or I take a shower and I put on like a nice oil, it does something for me. I'm like, yes, I'm alive just a little bit more than I was before I did this, you know. Find what feels good and do that. I feel like some of you guys are needing to self-soothe, and that's probably what this parenting thing is too. Self-soothe yourself into the point, or to the point where you start to feel better. And then let the universe kind of take you on that momentum of you feel better, and then the better it gets, the better it gets, and then the better it gets, the better it gets. You get what I'm saying? Like that momentum. What do I want to pull for you guys? I'm going to pull a crystal. Then we're going to pull some self-love, self-care messages. And we're going to end off with some affirmations for you guys. So group 3. I just keep feeling like I need to. I was never taking these deep breaths for groups 1 or 2. For you guys, I just feel so dramatic. And I'm getting goosebumps as I talk about it. Like I just need to breathe. Right? Like group 3, you guys are okay. You guys are okay. Breathing is good. But physical activity can be better sometimes when you are just in that funk, when you're just in that place. Sometimes you have to force the river in that sense, because you are doing something that you know will trigger a good response within yourself. Do it as an act of self-love. We have Tibetan black quartz. Whoa, is your crystal. So let's read it. I'll give you guys another close-up. Again, you guys, I had the cinematic on my first phone, which is a 15. This phone is an 11. It doesn't have cinematic, so excuse the difference in quality, but it is what it is, and it's giving what it's giving. This is Tibetan black quartz, and I'm going to read it to you guys. It says what it is. The black in Tibetan black quartz references the storm-like bursts of an inky mineral often found inside the stone. The Tibetan references the crystal's Himalayan origins. Tibetan black quartz reminds those on the spiritual path to non-judgmentally ask, could I be even clearer right now? Who needs it? Metaphysicists, occultists, tantrists, and Sagittarians. Maybe some of you guys have Sag in your chart. Where to put it? Wherever you are looking to elevate the vibe, operate on a higher plane, and explore the vastness of human consciousness, of your human consciousness. When to use it? When you're chasing enlightenment on the meditation cushion, when you're pulling tarot cards. Light up your spiritual path with Tibetan black quartz. So some of you guys, you know, this is the path to enlightenment for you right now. And it starts with feeling good within yourself, feeling good within your body, feeling whole, feeling complete, feeling beautiful, feeling perfect. And some of you guys just need maybe a crystal like this. If you can get your hands on it to work with it, cool. If not, that's fine. But a crystal like this to kind of use as a little energy zhuzher. That's not a really, that's not a real word to zhush the energy. But like, you know, an energy booster is what I guess I really want to say. To really kind of help you guys, you know, get clear in your mind to get to that next step. I feel like the first path of clarity that you guys need is like where you stand with yourself. How do you feel about yourself? I feel like, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, some of you guys, you just don't feel your best self, or you don't feel like your best self. And the universe sent this Capricorn full moon to shake that up for you. We're going to get some self-love, self-care messages, and we'll end with 2 to 3 affirmations for you guys, group 3. Let's see, connecting with group 3. What are some ways that they can love on self right now? What are some ways that they can feel better in their skin right now? What are some ways that they can take care of themselves, parent themselves right now? What needs to be heard, said, and honored for group number 3? Let me do one more shuffle. For group 3. What needs to be heard, what needs to be said, what needs to be honored for group number 3? We have sing. Okay. It's interesting because groups 1 and 2 got music, and you guys in group 3 were the only group that got the sing card for your self-love, self-care message. Some of you guys have beautiful voices, or maybe you feel like you don't, but singing just does something for you. Maybe singing in the shower, singing your favorite songs. I know for me, when I sing certain songs, like I don't know if you know that song Lucky Girl by Carlina. There's another one called Lucky Girl Syndrome. I forgot who made that one. There's some like high vibrational songs out there, you guys, that like singing those might also just remind you of your power, right? For those of you, I'm sure everybody knows Lucky Girl by Carlina. That was like a TikTok song forever, like a year or 2 ago. But if you don't know it, look it up and listen to it, and just like listen to the words and let that kind of like infiltrate you, right? If that one comes back out, I'll take it. But what else do we have? We have family. I'm gonna take this one, and I'll take one more. But connect with family. For some of you guys, parenting is connecting with your actual parents. Some of you guys might have parents out there that want to connect with you. They can hold space for you at this time. Maybe they can remind you of your worth. And even though that might not fully correct the energy, but it might help to give it a little boost. I feel like right now, with the name of the game for group number 3 is like boosting the energy in whatever way you can. Sound healing. So some of you guys are just connected to the sounds or the frequency of sounds, whether it's singing, it's music, it's sound bowls, whatever it is, frequencies, right? I just feel like between music and between family, or like friends or people who you know love and care about you, those are some really, really good ways to boost your energy right now at this time. And then we have pleasure. So find what feels good and do that. Some of you guys are needing to self-soothe, and I was saying that. Now this pleasure kind of reminds me of a little sensual, actual pleasure, but follow your heart. Like whatever your adventure is, choose that and follow it, thoroughly. But I do feel like some of you guys need a new pleasure routine where you wake up and you romanticize your life. That's been one of my things, especially during the summer. I'm like, how can I romanticize my life? I'm like, universe, show me how romantic life can get. And romance does not just mean lovey-dovey with another person, you guys. It means like just beautiful. Like you just have on rose-colored glasses for all of your life experiences. Maybe some of you guys need an affirmation like that. Universe, show me how romantic my life can get. How romantic can my finances get? How romantic can my concept of myself get? How romantic can my business dealings get? How romantic can my, connections with people get? I will attract great things by being my most authentic self. And your most authentic self is just like a beautiful person who believes in the power of what they represent, right? Where did I see it? What did I see it? I saw something, and it might not even have been in this group, but like something that was talking about your authenticity. It wasn't in this affirmation card alone. I saw something that reminded me of authenticity, but it might not have been in this group. But regardless, you guys, being authentic, I'm at peace with my past. Being authentic is something that will carry you a really, really long way, because it's something that's going to help you to step into your truest self, into your truest power. We have, I am at peace with my past. And for some of you guys too, your past has been really troubling. Maybe that has contributed to why you feel the way you feel about yourself right now, or at least in your mind you feel like it has. You've been giving the past power over yourself. And I feel like the universe is asking you to put a stop to that and to not do that anymore, because your past is the past. It no longer exists. The now moment is all you have. And I feel like the universe would love for you to just take that now moment in, just take that in, bask in it, do what you can to just feel really, really good in your now moment, to just feel really, really powerful in your now moment, whatever that looks like for you. But the past should not have any bearings on you. Step out of your comfort zone. That means step into a new, bright future. The past is your comfort zone. You're comfortable being uncomfortable, and I feel like the universe is asking you to step out of that. Overall, you have, I deserve love, compassion, and empathy. And I feel like it starts with yourself. That Ace of Cups that's in reverse, you have to turn that around and start to give those energies to yourself. But group 3, this is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for vibing and connecting and sharing time, space, and energy with me. If you guys, my nose is itching. If you guys like this reading and you want more like this, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things, because that's how you get more of these things. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out when I post more videos and more content like this. And definitely comment below if you have any stories or any personal tea that you want to share, because I always like to hear it, and I'll comment back, you guys. I really, really do. If you're heading over to any of the other groups, I will see you there. But you guys, heavy on the liking, the sharing, the commenting, the subscribing, because right now we are at a beautiful 630 subscribers, and I'm so grateful for all of you who are joining joining the family. However, I would really like to see this channel get to 630,000 subscribers. So let's get that momentum going. Let's get that ball rolling, because it can and it will. And it's already done. I'm claiming it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And I hope that this has helped somebody, really gain some clarity and really kind of like give you your zhuzh back. That's been the word of the day for this reading. But that energy boost. I hope that you guys were able to get that from this reading. And yeah, so if you're heading over to any of the other groups, like I said earlier, I will see you there. But if not, and you're stopping here, I love you. Peace out.